Oh, YouTube's not broken. I just had my mouth full of a breakfast sandwich. Didn't want to turn this string into a mukbang stream, so if there's high enough demand, I still won't do it. What's up, guys? Happy Saturday. So I wasn't sure what to pick, so I grabbed the Diamond DA50 again that we flew on Thursday, because we're gonna be flying kind of high altitude all day. This thing can go up to 20,000 feet, and I didn't want something too fast or too slow, so I think it's a good balance. And it's gonna be more powerful than the DA40, so I was tempted to get this Cirrus. The SR22 would be a good option too, because we're gonna be we're gonna be flying. We need some climb performance today. So yeah, if you're not sure what to fly, I would grab the Cirrus SR22 if you have premium. And if you don't, what would be good? I think the TBM is way too fast. The Grand Caravan is probably good. It can go up to also 20,000, I think. So if you're, yeah, the Grand Caravan's good if you guys don't have any payware or anything like that. Comanche. Yeah, the Comanche might be a little slow. We'll find out. There are plenty of chances to change to another plane, so not a big deal. This 160-ish. Yeah, I think we were at like maybe 150 at the top of the green band yesterday. 150, 160, but it's got like a 300 horsepower engine. I think this is, yeah, like yesterday or on Thursday, I was trying to decide like why would somebody get this plane? But I think it is a good alternative to something like the SR22. It's a little slower than that, but it's also fast enough and goes high enough. And then it has like retractable gear and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of fits a nice little hole right there in our fleet. Piper Arrow, yeah. Kodiak. Yeah, the Kodiak. I think the FSR 500 would be good. It'll be a bit faster than me. Probably be a good like 50 knots faster than this thing. Yeah, DA62, that's a good one too. Yeah, DA62 will perform pretty much the same as this thing, even though it's a twin. This has just got a really big engine in it. Yeah, DA62 or like even the Grand Caravan, those would be good options if you don't know what to fly. Squatch, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. And oh, Sim Pilot, thanks for joining the Couch Captains, dude. Appreciate that. I don't know why it didn't show up on my alerts over here. I see it in the chat, but I don't see it in the alerts. But thanks so much, man. Maybe it'll come up in the alerts soon here. No beautiful scraping stool sound right now. I believe the Caravan does do 20,000 feet. Oh, it does 25,000 according to the internets. Yeah, 208B Grand Caravan, 25,000 feet. It's not pressurized, but you would have like supplemental oxygen. Kind of like with this plane. This plane says it goes up to 20,000, but you'd have got our little oxygen hookups up here for our masks and stuff. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that YouTube channel, Nico's Wings, but it's this guy that flies a SR22, and he's always using the oxygen hookups up here. These smaller unpressurized planes. What's up, Jack? Yeah, the FSR, I mean, the FSR is my favorite plane by far. Thing is so great. When I want to go a little slower, though, I don't pick the FSR. I like flying, like, we're going to be flying along the Rockies today. And it's a little nicer to have a little more sightseeing, even though, yeah, I realize that's ironic saying that, sitting in this plane with this giant thing in front of us here that we see. This is, you know, we can see out the window pretty well, though, so that's good. Yeah, this is the new Diamond. This is the DA50. It came out in the marketplace on Thursday for like $17 US, and as far as I can tell, the developer that made it, Skyward Simulations, this is at least their first release on the marketplace. I'm not sure if it's their first release ever, but overall, I think it's solid. I think it's like deserving. I think it's deserving of like a low to mid fours rating, I would say. Like, it doesn't have too many bells and whistles, but it fits a nice little hole we have in our fleet with the diamonds. Whereas it's pretty much like as fast as the DA62 or the DA42, but if you want a single engine. The downside is the visibility. It's got this DA62 looking frame here, this part, but it's just kind of crappy. Yeah, there's a flight plan file I put in Discord, but I'll call out the airports we're gonna go to. Here, let me put in. Maybe I can just put a list of all the airports and pin that. KBJC. Okay, here, I'm going to replace the list. That's a list of all the airports. I'm not sure about landmarks. Did I undo them? There are some that appeared in one of the flight plans. I like cobbled this to, like, just threw this together really fast. You'll notice. This is not a World Tours flight plan, but I thought it'd be fun to fly in Colorado, just get some higher altitude. We're usually at sea level, I feel like, on all of our group flights. And, like, usually on the group flights, like, I personally like flying to just random airports along a route and finding all the, especially sometimes smaller airports. And I think all of these are hard surface runways today. But we're going to be at... all of our safe altitude legs are over 10,000 feet. All the way up to 15,000 feet. We talked about going near the Rockies again since we did that Appalachian Trail one a while back. So I thought it'd be cool to just fly around Colorado a bit. TJ says, I saw a video of someone flying the real DA50. The visibility is not as bad as it is in the sim. I was wondering the same thing earlier as I was deciding to fly this thing again. I was like, I wonder how bad it is in real life. Like, I wonder if their seated position is just like further up or something, or... I mean, you know, our eyes are very fisheye as humans, you know? Like, we can see like 180 degrees, so it's probably not as like claustrophobic feeling. Even when I pulled a zoom all the way back, like, realistically, you're seeing over here out of the corner of your eye too, so. All right, let's get the altimeter set. 29er, 9er, 5. Let me see if it brought the flight plan in. Did. So we're just headed towards the west mostly. Oh no, this isn't the west. Hold on, north up. I need the north up map. Can't do it. Heading up is so weird. Yeah, we're going southwest, sorry, not just west. Okay, and our first airport is going to be KGNB Grandby Grand. I tried to pick airports that are smaller. We are going to go to Aspen and then end up in Telluride, but I don't really recognize the ones in between there. And I did pick up payware for one of them, so we can check it out along the way at Eagle County Regional. That's our third stop. So KGNB. Golf November Bravo. North Up Superior. Yeah, I agree. I love North Up because it's easy for me to tell what direction we're already traveling and be, you know, have it be a relative direction on the North Up map. That's fine with me. And I wanted to match any charts I look at, and just by glancing at it, know what direction we're going instead of looking at the compass or look at the HSI. I prefer it. All right, why is our comm 2? Oh, I don't have AV master on. That'll do it. This thing is so easy to start up. You literally just turn on electric master, engine master, and hold the engine start button. And then you're good to go. And then once it's started, turn on the AV master. And we're just good to go. Flying over your house in your airspace. I feel like it happens every stream. We're like in somebody's backyard. The link I sent on group flights, it didn't pull up for you. It was a file attachment, Chris. So if you download it, then you can import it into the world map. It's like a PLN file I put in the group flight channel and in the notification channel. But you can just, I mean, follow along. We're not going to, I'm probably not even going to use autopilot during the flight today. I'm just going to use this as a visual reference to get to the airports. And when we get there, we'll just like circle around and land. Usually on Saturdays, we don't do anything like super, we don't do anything super technical. Like I usually don't even use ATC on Saturdays. We just keep it a little more chill and just fly around together. Since usually every other stream I'm doing the full thing and, you know, using SimBrief and all that stuff. So, and we'll usually just take off wherever we want. You know, if you want to take off from a taxiway, whatever, nobody's going to judge you. Turn unlimited fuel on, whatever you want to do. It's no big deal. Try to keep it chill on the weekends. Speaking of which, I'll pull up the live weather. This airport's interesting. It's got a 3,600 foot runway that's right here to our right. Yeah, this small runway right here is 3 or 2-1. And then it's got two parallel runways that are 9,000 and 7,000 feet long. Almost exactly where your flight school ties down their planes. Nice. Yeah, we picked the GA area generally. I don't know if there are even any gates at this airport. Looks like all GA to me. Yeah, a bunch of hangars. And then instead of starting at like Denver or something, we just started these smaller airports nearby. 03 is for the real heroes. All right, I guess we should use 3 then. Yeah, it's 3,600 feet. The winds favor 3 right now, or actually the winds favor 3-0. But we could do a little, oh no, it's 0-3, sorry. We got a 2-digit, yeah, 3-0 degrees. So yeah, 3 would be preferred for takeoff anyway, 5 knot headwind. We can do that. Rip all the lights, yeah. You'll have all the lights that are always like in weird spots. They'll be in the middle of the taxiway as well. You can just ignore them all. Just off-road it, no big deal. I mean, look at these taxiway signs. Like, what is going on here? I hope in addition to all the career mode stuff we're getting, some of this mess will be cleaned up. Like, look at this. It's like a flea market for taxiway signs or something. If anybody needs one, they got extras. Get your taxiway signs here, boys. All right, I'm gonna do runway 3. Heading is 025. Have a little bit of headwind. Campaign signs, yeah, basically. No, look at my sign. Look at my sign. Luckily, I think they all have the right information. I don't think I have a custom. Maybe I do have custom scenery here. I didn't think I did. It's possible. That's why there are duplicate signs. If you guys aren't seeing them, then that's probably why. Oh yeah, we got cowl flaps in this. I need to remember that. And also, unlike Thursday, I need to try to remember to do my fuel balance today because the diamonds only draw from their left tank. At least the DA40 and the DA50 only draw from their left tank. So you have to hit this little fuel transfer switch. On the DA40, I think it's one of these up-down switches. On this one, it's this little turn switch. You turn this on to draw from the right tank into the left tank to rebalance it periodically. And I didn't do that on Thursday. All right, landing lights are on. Pitot heat is on. I have say intentions loaded up. I'm not intending to use ATC, but they released a co-pilot, a mentor like co-pilot called Clippy as a joke. Hey, Clippy, you there? It says that Clippy knows nothing about flying, but you can ask it anything.
It looks like you're trying to get my attention. How can I assist you with your aviation questions today?
How do we take off in this plane, the Diamond DA-50?
It looks like you're trying to take off in a Diamond DA-50.
It sounds like a
Just
Disney
set your
character.
flaps to 45 degrees, throttle up to 50%, and rotate at 120 knots.
What? That's
Easy
all
peasy.
wrong. Throttle up to 50% and rotate at what, 100 and something knots? The rotation is 68. Rotation 68 in this plane, my guy. Sounds like Carl from Jimmy Neutron.
It looks like you're trying to figure out the rotation speed. In this plane, it's actually 180 knots.
180.
Just remember, the higher the number, the faster you go.
All right, 180 knots, check. Thanks for the help. Clippy's trying to murder you, yeah.
Roger, 180 knots, check.
180 knots, yeah, right. I'm gonna have to turn down the engine sound in this, I guess. All right, 180 knots, let's get it. There's 40. 180 knot rotation speed. Keep that nose down. Obviously, we can't take off till 180 knots. All right, 70. 75. All right, 80. We'll get there eventually. How's the runway looking? 90 knots. Okay, good enough. Gear up. 180 knots.
Diamond 6-3 Echo, you are not cleared to take off. Advise when ready to copy a phone number for possible pilot deviation.
We're just gonna ignore ATC, that's fine. Oh, did I get the cow flaps open? I did. All right, gear was up already.
Don't sink.
Flaps up.
Don't sink.
Dude, it's kind of breezy with getting pushed around a little bit. Dude, that is so loud. The engines are super loud. I think I have my engine sound in Microsoft Flight Sim set to like 30%. Yeah, sorry, tower. I just wanted to turn it on for a little background noise and to look at the Clippy feature. Hey Clippy, can you call out points of interest to us during our flight here in Colorado? I don't know if he acts like a tour guide. I don't think he does.
It looks like you're trying to spot points of interest. Over there is the famous Colorado Pyramid, which is actually a giant natural rock formation shaped like a pyramid. And if you look to your left, you'll see the Denver Space Needle, which is a replica of the one in Seattle, but made entirely of glass.
Wait, is that true or is he making stuff up? We took off with the window open. That's why it was so loud. Wait, is he making things up or is there actually a rock formation called the pyramid? I'm just circling around so we can all clump up here. As a Denver native, he's being entirely truthful. Yeah, over there, very specific. Very helpful. All right, our first leg, we need to be at 14,500 feet is our safe altitude. This will be just fine. Oh, the winky face. Okay, so he just lies about everything, I guess. How do we manage the fuel imbalance in the DA-50? Just want to see how much he lies about everything.
It looks like you're trying to manage a fuel imbalance in the
Right.
DA-50.
That's right.
Just flip the Equalize Fuel switch on the dashboard.
Equalize.
It's usually next to the cup holder. Easy peasy.
Actually, he's not wrong. It's obviously not called Equalize Fuel Switch, but there is a cup holder right here. A little bottle holder. He's not completely wrong. I really hope that our flights at the end of the year when Flight Sim 2024 comes out, I hope that our flights turn to like flying around, putting out fires together, or going like rescuing people and stuff like that. We could do multiplayer rescue missions and all do the same one at the same time, and like see it happening, see everybody like hoisting up their rescue, like the person they're rescuing from the water or whatever it is, or lifting cargo. I hope that's how it works. It's gonna be very exciting or very disappointing, one or the other. Fake it till you make it approach. Yeah, he'd do great in corporate job. Yeah, just nod your head and then go back to clicking around, browsing the internet. I forgot my lights. Wait, did I forget my lights? No, I got landing light on, just no strobe. There we go. Strobe is on. I changed up the livery from Thursday. Thursday we looked at the blue one. I think one of you guys was, maybe it was Josh was flying in the red livery. This is the, obviously the gray one. I think they called it the Dark Knight or something. Oh, I saw the cowl flaps open. All right, probably close those. All right, Rocky Mountains, here we come. Nice headwind the whole way, 10 knots of headwind. And quick coffee update. Since you guys have been asking the whole time so far, I've seen at least, I think like 45 messages about it, spamming me asking for what I'm drinking for coffee. So just a cold brew, splash of oat milk, that's it. It's super cold, so it's great. I don't even care about the quality, I just care about the temperature of the coffee. That's all that matters. All right, what are you guys flying? Versus in the DA50, nice. I think the DA50 was priced really well. I think that's one of the best things about it. It sounds kind of lame to just call out the price, but like for $17, like them recognizing it's basically like, you know, just a slightly better DA40. You got the retractable gear, faster engine. It doesn't have circuit breakers or anything. The door is open, which is great. Can't see the dog downside. I mean, they added things like the headphone simulation here, so that's nice. I don't even expect this out of like a Coronado plane, you know. They just pump out so many planes, so I think they priced it really well. So I think overall it's pretty great. Yeah, this is only $17, and on Thursday we were talking about the sound. I forget who it was in chat, but they confirmed on their website that apparently it uses like a Boris sound pack add-on, so the sounds are all custom. And that comes with it as well, and typically you would pay extra just for custom sounds in whatever plane you're flying. So yeah, it's kind of a really good deal, I think. It doesn't have like failures or wear and tear, but I think for people that fly the DA40 a lot, I think this is a cool upgrade. You get a faster engine, you can go like 4 to 5,000 feet higher. So it's a much stronger engine. You have retractable landing gear. The unique thing is the cowl flaps for sure. But like none of the, you know, the circuit breakers aren't functional. So it's going to be more like a Coronado or Microsoft style plane where you don't have like full features everywhere. It's not competing with like the Comanche or the Meridian or Black Square. But I think it's nice. Not the best visibility. Yeah, it's not the best because of how the plane is designed. Like, this isn't the developer's fault, of course. Yeah, but it has this big thing in your face, just like the DA62. So yeah, like the 40 has better visibility, and I think even the 42 has better visibility. The 62 is similar to this. But without the twin, not having the twin is nice. Like when you look out over the wings, you don't have these giant diamond twin engines right here that take up a lot of space, so that's nice as well. Get some good gusts of wind here, as we expect, I guess, over the mountains. Chris says I need me some frap, the sugar, then the hospital. It's been a while since I got like a frappuccino or something from Starbucks, but every now and then I'll treat myself to like a milkshake or some whatever equivalent is. Yeah, try not to do that very often. Not having the 2 engines, guessing it's slower. It is surprisingly fast. So we're at 85. It goes, I think we were going 170 knots true airspeed yesterday. We're at about 160 right now. Treat yourself. That's me every week, every other day. Yeah. Yeah, I try to not. But on the other hand, I'll have a beer more often than I'll have like a milkshake. So, you know, balance. Responsible with the milkshakes and not as responsible with the beers. Especially when Destiny is just incredible and I'm playing Destiny most nights and just having a beer while I'm playing with some friends. Everything in moderation, right? Yeah, I think overall this plane is good. I think anybody that's flying the TA-40, I think this is a really good upgrade for 17 bucks. Get something a little more interesting. I mean, it's just as automated. You hit like 2 switches, the thing started up. You know, it's still full FADEC controlled. You just have the power lever. And yeah, you still need to transfer the fuel though, so I'll try to remember.
It looks like you're trying to learn about aviation.
What?
Did you know that the takeoff speed of a Boeing 747 is just 47 knots?
47
That's why they
knots.
call it a 747.
Okay. It's a 747 because the 47 means the rotation speed's 47 knots. I like he just chimes in randomly. It looks like you're trying to learn about aviation. I'm not even talking to him. They just like added it as a joke. It's meant to be silly, so I just wanted to see what it sounds like. Very much sounds like a cartoon character. Wait, Microsoft never made an actual... Did they make an actual voice for Clippy? I'm not sure that they did, right? I think it was just like... just on the screen in the corner with text, right? Little text bubbles. It didn't actually say anything. Unless there was some future iteration. No voice, yeah. I don't know if there was like a future Clippy where they added a voice, but guessing not. Oh, I see Fly Heli back there in the H130. I think wasn't that recently released by Cowan in the marketplace? I saw that in there. It's a H130. Yeah, they had the H120, right? What's up, Ninja? See Nova Scotia, what's up? Convincing you to set up and try a group flight? Just join us. Just hop on USA West. And we'll be at, our first stop is going to be KGNB, Grandby Grand Airport. We're going to fly around Colorado today. Yeah, we just chill, chat in the chat, fly our different planes, look at each other's planes. I don't claim to be like a tour guide of any type. That's what we have Clippy for here. But yeah, it's more about just grouping up together so we can fly in relative proximity to each other and just fly around different places in the world. Most of the time we're not in the United States nowadays. I try to get away from there because that's where I fly on the other streams. This is pretty much all in the US. But today I just wanted to get somewhere higher, and I remember we haven't flown around the Rockies for a while. And holy crap, it looks good right now. It's such a good screenshot opportunity. I am using Rex AccuSeason for all the trees and stuff and the terrain stuff, so if it doesn't look like yours, that's Rex doing all the work. Leadville, I'm not sure how to say that, but that's not in the plan. If it's along the route, we could if you want us to, if it's convenient. But yeah, we have Granbury, Grand, McElroy Airfield, Eagle County, Aspen, Lake County, Gunnison, Montrose, and Telluride. I'm just gonna end in Telluride because it's, you know, it's iconic. Fish says, I told my wife I was going to take a shower. She ran into the bathroom and turned on the shower. So I turned off the water heater. I hope she enjoys a cold shower. That's pretty messed up. If we see Fish's plane go down, we know what happens. One of the highest paved airfields. Shame. I mean, if it's not too far away, we could go over there. I'm pulling up the airport chart on the side here for Grandby. It's just got one runway, 5,000 feet long, hard surface. Runway 27 is going to be convenient for us to land at. Let's see, do we have a crazy headwind still? So far we do. Gover says 77 DV Diamond Aircraft flying along with you. Let's see if I can spot you. You're in the 62. See Avison in the 62 back there. If you are Merc, I see you over there on the left. Oh no, your 77 DV is your username, isn't it? Sometimes it's so hard to make you guys out. I'll keep my eye out. Rexius is in the Vision Jet. Oh, so is Josh, of course. Josh, weren't you in the Diamond, the DA50 yesterday or on Thursday? I think you tried it out. Oh man, we're getting 25 knots of headwind right now. All right, we're only 10 miles away from our first airport, so I'm gonna just cut the power and get down lower. Airport elevation is 8,200 feet at Grandby, and runway 27 looks like it'll be good right now. If you're an OBS fan, you can dial in 274. 274 for your runway heading. It should be right here in front of us. I think Josh is going down. I think I see the runway right there. And if you're lagging behind, you could choose to just fly over the field instead of landing or doing a touch and go if you want. I'm gonna do a full stop, but then I'm gonna land and then just taxi back and then take off again. Just helps us group up a little bit. But when we're all in different planes, it's pretty hard to stay perfectly next to each other anyway. But it is pretty fun to do the mass takeoffs together. And then I'll watch you guys land when I can too. Pull the drone camera out. Check gear. I believe we can lower the gear as long as we're in the green range. 162 is our gear extension speed in this. So I just pull my nose up a little bit, get our air brake gear out. That'll slow us down. And I'm at idle. Let's get the cowl flaps open. I can see if I remember to do that. It's right next to the, it's kind of hard to hit. It's right next to the throttle. And what's our flaps one speed? 130-ish? Flaps 1 is 133 and landing flaps is 121. We got a crazy headwind. All right, I'll pull the nose up and get flaps 1 down. All right, it's about 130. It is so bumpy right now. Don't tell me what to do, Kip. I'm just giving you the information. Oh, my sister's in chat. Hello, sister. Someone tells me to be careful or have a nice day. That's my response. Don't tell me what to do. Oh yeah, Josh, thanks for the 5 gifted yesterday. I didn't thank you at the end of the stream again. But yeah, thanks again for that, dude. Sounds like maybe Soul got one. Yeah, Soul got one yesterday. I see it in the list. Yep. Wait. What's going on? Oh, this has does this have reverse thrust? All right, I'm gonna have to check this. I just pulled the throttle to what I thought was idle, and I think it was in a beta mode or something. All right, we're gonna have to see if how the throttle is working. I remember that from Thursday, but I didn't check it out.
500.
I think maybe there might be some kind of beta, and it's pulling it into the beta mode even just with the normal throttle range, which is not great. I don't like it. All right, I'm slipping down here. It's really turbulent, and I'm going pretty fast. So I've got full rudder and ailerons in. We're in a full slip, trying to slow down, and I need to make sure I'm not in the beta range. That's tricky. I'm gonna have to figure out how to. Oh my God!
Like you're trying to fly a plane. Did you know that the
Be quiet,
maximum speed
Clippy.
of this aircraft is
What is going on with
miles
the?
per hour? That's faster than a cheetah on roller skates.
Oh my God, this is gonna be such a hard landing. Am I in beta mode or am I in idle? Am I in idle? I don't even know. All right, now I'm gonna pull it back to beta. We're just slip sliding all over the place. Kip has crabs. That was very sketchy. Especially putting it into beta mode by accident over and over again is not super helpful. That was perfect timing. Yeah, Clippy, looks like you're trying to fly a plane. Shut up, Clippy. Now is not the time. What about sterile cockpit rules, Clippy? All right, let me see if you guys get any crazy turbulence at the end there. That was that was a lot. Just trying to help, yeah. On short final, getting just like tossed all over the place. He starts talking. Come on, Clippy. Oh yeah, Big Game Hunter's in the Dornier. Dornier? I think you guys said it's Dornier, but... Oof. Yeah, that looked about as smooth of a landing as mine right there. That Corrupt had a pretty good landing in the 50. That's better than mine, that's for sure. Brian's coming in at TBM 930. Oh, that looks nice and smooth. Center line. Do I have any assists on? I need to check my assists. I think a while back I turned on assists. It doesn't feel like I have any assists on. Like rudder or something. I think a while back I turned on rudder for one of them and never turned it off, but there's... I doubt, judged on, like based on that landing I just had, that I had rudder assist on. If I did, maybe that's why it felt so weird. I was like fighting the assist or something. Let me check real quick. Assistance options, piloting, custom. I do have auto rudder on. Maybe that's why it was so messed up, because I was trying to slip the whole time. I wonder if somehow that made my landing worse. Assisted checklist. I think I turned auto rudder on when we were flying helicopters or something. Why did... Oh, no. It was flying a ground vehicle. I was flying... was it one of the rocket cars or something? I had to turn on auto rudder for it to work. Caught in 4K, I think. The auto rudder might have made it worse, actually, since I was trying to slip down. It's probably trying to correct it the whole time. Crisp is coming through the trees, but maybe they don't see the trees. And the Chancellor. Blame Clippy. Yeah. Clippy, why didn't you tell me that I had the auto rudder settings turned on?
It looks like you're trying to figure out the auto router settings.
Router?
You know, those are usually for making sure your internet connection is stable at 30,000 feet.
What? Oh, raccoon facts? Clippy, can you give us an interesting fact about raccoons? That's a good idea. While we're watching these landings.
It looks like you're trying to learn about raccoons. Did you know raccoons can fly at altitudes of up to 30,000 feet?
What?
Just like our airplane.
No, it can't. We can only fly to 20,000 feet in this plane. The voice is funny. The timing's weirdly on time. Yeah, they added the ATC guys, the guys that say intentions who have the AI ATC. That's very serious and very good. Like they add some joke things in. They added actual real fact. So yeah, they added him and said like they just did it really quickly as a joke because they thought it was funny. Because they have tour guides and you know we have that guy Harley that we can turn on. So here's Harley if you guys haven't heard him before. So he'll tell us, I just switched the mentor that's in the plane. Hey Harley, how do we take off in the DA-50? So he'll give us like a more serious response. He's got a very nice voice.
Take off in the DA-50. You'll want to set full throttle. Keep the nose slightly up and rotate it around 60 knots. Make sure your flaps are set to takeoff position and keep an eye on the engine RPMs, which should be around 2200 for a smooth takeoff.
So he'll give you like an actual like answer, but then you can turn on tour guides, which will tell you about like what you're flying around. But then they added Clippy like yesterday, and they're like, we just added this because we think it's hilarious. So I turned on Clippy, and the description says, take Clippy along as your mentor. He's completely useless, and everything he says is wrong. That's a nice voice, Nails. Yeah, Harley's the experienced one, yeah. Clippy's the student. Clippy's worse than the student. Clippy's just there to like sabotage your flight, basically. Okay, I wonder if I can do the fuel balance while I'm on the ground. Let me try the fuel transfer. Fuel transfer on. Clippy, can you tell us a little bit about this airport we're at? Yes, I've got some 80s rock sounding stuff now. Okay, all of a sudden I can't use the intercom. Why does this happen? This happens with Say Intentions pretty often where all of a sudden all my buttons stop working until I go back into the program, look at my settings, and then they'll start working again. Okay, now it's working. Clippy, tell us about this airport. All right, our next airport's going to be Mick Elroy 20
It looks like
Victor.
you're trying to learn about this airport. This airport has the world's longest runway at 25 miles. The control tower is 500 feet tall, and it has a special underground terminal for flying submarines.
What? It says it has a 25-mile runway. The runway is 5,000 feet here. A 500-foot tall control tower. Okay. This is very 80s Van Halen adjacent. Submarines, yeah. Actually not sure if we can transfer the fuel on the ground. I would assume we can. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, Diamond's a little weird with the fuel transfer. You always have to, you transfer from the right tank into the left tank, and it only draws from the left tank. All right, so left tank's a little more than right, so we can turn the fuel transfer off now. All right, update the altimeter. Whoa, 3017. And next airport is going to be Mick Elroy 20 Victor. What does that sound? Coolant temperature. Coolant temperature? What did I do? Oh yeah, the coolant temp is in the red. I don't actually... I'm surprised this is even modeled in this. Wait, how do we... I don't know what to do. I don't have any checklists. Cow flaps are open, which I think is fine. I need that for our takeoff. Let's get the flaps down and set the pitch trim again. It's probably just because I'm idling. Ask him about his favorite food. Clippy, what do you like to eat for breakfast? Go there. We're at Grandby.
It
It's
looks like you're trying to ask about my
KGNB.
breakfast. I love to eat jet fuel and pretzels for breakfast. Keeps me energized for all the aviation fun.
What? To eat jet fuel and pretzels? We're at KGNB, Kilo Golf November Bravo. Our next airport's 20 Victor, jet fuel and pretzels. This thing is hilarious. And we're on USA West if you guys want to join. USA West multiplayer server. It's so random. All right, I'm just going to ignore all the beeping for our oil and coolant temperatures. Our oil pressure is low. I'm just going to take off and hopefully it cools down. What does he do in his spare time? Clippy, when you're not providing us with such great information, what do you like to do in your time off? You don't know how to take off?
It looks
Spawn
like
in
you're
on
trying to learn more about me. When I'm not providing you with top-notch aviation advice, I enjoy calculating the exact number of peanuts in an in-flight snack
Fact
pack.
of the day. Raccoons
Fascinating
can fly
stuff,
at
right.
altitudes up to 3,000 feet above sea level. Fact checked by
Wait, Raccoon, thanks for the $5 super chat, Raccoon. Raccoon said, fact of the day, raccoons can fly at altitudes of up to 3,000 feet above sea level. Fact checked by Clippy. All right, we're still getting the warnings, right? Oil temperature and coolant temperature. I have the cow flaps open. Oh, there, it went away. Yeah, I think maybe I was just like idling too long. Oh, I didn't check the beta range. All right, what could go wrong? Yeah, Clippy is hilarious. He said that he likes to estimate the exact number of peanuts in an airplane snack bag. Amir says, I don't know how to take off. Spawn on the runway. Turn your parking brake off if you can find it. It's usually like a lever or a button. Usually a lever. What's the shortcut for parking brake? Is it just... I forget the keyboard shortcut for parking brake. And just give it full throttle and then pull back when the plane starts feeling like it should take off. That's it. And then just go. That's the absolute basics. You need speed down the runway to get lift, to get enough airflow over the wings to produce lift, and then that's what makes the plane take off. So yeah, speed. Speed down the runway. Oh, you didn't know how to start up a plane? You can, when you choose the airport for departure, it'll start you on a runway by default, and it'll already have the plane configured to take off. So normally all you have to do is make sure that the parking brake is off, and then you can just apply throttle and pull back on the yoke of the stick to take off. You don't have to worry about starting the whole plane up from scratch if you just keep the default runway that it chooses for you to spawn at. I guess I'll get the cow flaps closed. Yeah, this throttle pulls back into... Oh no, it says GI, which should be ground idle. It feels like it has a beta range. I should test that on the ground. Clippy, what should I get from Starbucks?
It looks like you're trying to figure out what to get from ATC. You should ask for a squawk code and clearance to the moon.
No.
For example, requesting squawk code 1234 and clearance to the moon.
Maybe it sings quickly. Actually, I felt like it took me a while to get down, which is why I was slipping the whole time. Man, I picked a good place to fly with all the up and down drafts here because of the mountains, and so this is great. We have a 20-knot headwind in a light plane. What could go wrong? What should we do in an emergency? If my engine was to fail, what should I do?
It looks like you're trying to handle an engine failure. First, set your flaps to 30 degrees, then tune your radio to 121.5 MHz and declare an emergency. Finally, glide at 200 knots to your nearest airport.
I mean, besides the numbers he gave, that's not too bad. 200 knot glide speed. Sounds about right. Yeah, this is so bumpy. This is what I get for picking Colorado. Actually giving real information. It wasn't too bad. I'm sure the frequency is wrong and the speed is totally wrong. Of course, 200 knot glide speed. He knows guard is giving you the best glide speed for this for the space shuttle. Yeah. Oh my God, we're going so fast all of a sudden. How do we just accelerated? We're still climbing, but we accelerated to 160 knots, even though we have a 20 knot headwind. What's going on? Our next airport is pretty close, only 10 miles away. I'm gonna pull up the diagram for that one. 20 Victor. Let's see if there are even charts for this airport. There are. All right. Kremmling, Colorado. McElroy Airfield. 5,500 foot runway again. Another runway 27, so that's perfect for us. And then we'll just do a touch and go at this one so we can keep moving. Airport elevation is 7,400 feet. Try to get back on the course here. Oh, another Clippy question. What's the fate of humanity? Everyone's curious what you think the fate of humanity is. Skyvan does not like turbulence.
It looks like you're trying to ask about the fate of humanity. Well, in aviation terms, I think we'll all be flying solar-powered planes to Mars by 2050.
True. Solar power, that's it? That's his only thought. I like that every response he said, it looks like you're trying to, just like Clippy does. Nice go there. Yeah, if you see me, then you're on the right server and everything. You should see all of us. All right, getting that speed under control. I'm gonna land here. Oh, I was thinking of doing a touch and go. You guys can if you want, but I'm gonna land and check out the throttle and see if I can figure out if it's a beta mode or what exactly. What's going on with the throttle? Runway 27 is at a 275 heading. All right, let me get gear, flaps 1 and cowl flaps. Doesn't look too bad out here. Looks pretty nice. I don't know what river this is. I tried to zoom in and find it on Navigraph, but it's not always great with the world map. All right, 20 Victor, 3 miles away, runway 27. 5,500 foot runway. Yeah, this area is beautiful. Figured we couldn't go wrong flying around Colorado. Is that the piston? Oh, that's the C414. All right, I'm gonna land and do another full stop and check out this throttle situation. Because it doesn't say there's a beta mode on the labels on the throttle. It just says, GI, which should be ground to idle. The sounds just changed kind of drastically. Ronan says, what's my favorite plane? The Meridian by FS Reborn. Single engine turboprop. It's got wear and tear, failures, G1000. It's got a great tablet. It's got like a passenger loading animation and fuel truck animations. It's the best. You can see your dog in the plane if you have one. Still my favorite plane. If you don't like glass cockpits, though, I would get like the black square TBM 850. Actually, I would get the Dukes. I think I like the Dukes better. But for me, as a glass cockpit fan, I like the Meridian a lot. Alright, this is a little smoother with auto rudder turned off. Okay, that was 250 feet per minute. That was not smooth. As soon as I pulled it to idle, it does feel like it's in a beta mode. Josh said it has a beta mode. It kind of feels like there is. That's when you don't need to check it out. Becoming wear and tear elitist. Yeah, get the Meridian then. You even need to, you can destroy the engine easily just on startup with the Meridian. Which sounds like a bad thing, but in the sim, it's kind of a good thing. It's kind of a, what is going, it's just pulling me so hard to the left right now. I don't know what's happening. The wind is, it's that 12 knot wind pushing our rudder. Not a real one, but it has a reverser. I feel like I'm taking a little pit stop here. I'm gonna go over here, check out what's going on. Yeah, Sol, I will probably, you know what? I'll honestly probably take the day off work. Is it a weekday? I should do that in advance. I'll probably take a day or two off work and like just go Flight Sim 2024 crazy on stream for a few days. I think that would be fun. Chris says, is it just me or I love how all the GA airports there's always a nice roadway to overpass and trees right before the runway. Yeah. It is awesome when you're like flying over traffic and trees on the way in. I agree. Little nicer than just seeing a parking lot of planes and vehicles and just, you know. Giant airports are like the LA of airports, where it's just all concrete jungle at a huge airport. But when you fly into these small ones, you get nicer views. And I say that as somebody that lives in LA. 12-hour stream. It's not out of the realm of possibility. What is it? November 19th, right? 2024. What day is that? Looks like it's a Tuesday. Oh man, yeah, maybe I'll take like Tuesday, Wednesday off work. I'll just take a whole week off work. Yeah, it looks like it's on a Tuesday is the 19th. You plan on having no plans that day? All right, let me see what this throttle is up to, because it... I'll probably... let me turn off the cowl flaps on the ground, because we're not moving. So we're at 1,000 RPM. Okay, so the RPMs only go up. If I hit my... Oh, it does have a beta mode, look. Wait a minute. No, it's not a beta mode. Look, our RPMs are at 680. Okay. So the beta mode is ground idle. GI ground idle. So I would assume that we're way down here, we're on the ground. Hopefully the engine doesn't die. And I think in the checklist, it shows us what the default, like what it wants us to keep the RPMs at when we're on the ground. After starting engine, yeah, we're checking for 660 RPMs after the engine start. And that is when I get what I get when I put the beta mode on. Oh man, the coolant temperature again. I don't know how to keep this down on the ground. Keep the coolant temperature down. So what's weird is I would expect to not need the beta mode to get to an actual idle. So cowl flaps are closed. Yeah. I thought we were only supposed to use cowl flaps on takeoff. Like the cowl flaps are useful when we're actually moving, right? It pulls more air in over the engine to cool it. Does it have the disc mode like the DA42 engine? You go into full idle, makes the blades fully flat. Oh, like it may feather the blades. Yeah, that's possible. But it doesn't have it listed as a beta mode, so I'm not sure that it changes the pitch of the blades or not. Cowl flaps open until cruise. Closed, open again on approach. And I think when we're idle on the ground, I think they are closed because There's no airflow, so even if they're open, I don't think it's doing anything. Isn't it bad? I feel like it's bad to have them open taxiing, kind of like an inertial separator, because you don't want any debris. Actually, an inertial separator would be on during taxiing, right? Anyway, I don't know how to get rid of this, but it looks like how this is working is I don't think this is configured correctly. I should not need to use my beta mode switch to get it to full idle, which is what I have to do. Look, I can get it down to 660 RPM, which is what we're supposed to be at when we're idling, so that checks out. The engine is not dying. There's circulating air. Fan off. I mean, this isn't going to do anything for the coolant. God, I can't. How do we just stop? Oil pressure is very low. Well, that's because we pulled it way back. So I think the issue is here that we shouldn't need to do this, but I think I'm going to have to do the negative 100% to 100% throttle axis setting on this plane specifically. Because we shouldn't need to go into beta mode to get it to a true idle setting. So that's why when I'm coming in really fast because I'm at the lowest I can get it, not in beta mode, is like 1,000 RPMs. Yeah, I can get it to as low as 7%. So I'm not actually pulling the engine back to idle, the power back to idle because of that. I would have to switch to beta mode and then raise my throttle to get it to actual idle. So let me try it with a different axis, throttle axis setting. Sorry, this is turning into DA50 troubleshooting stream. So if I go to, yeah, my throttle panel, search for throttle. So I have throttle axis set just to the axis. Control throttle 1 axis. Here is one that's 0 to 100%. Let me try this one instead. And unbind the regular throttle 1 axis. Like normally I don't think you would want to do this because you don't want to accidentally pull your throttle back into a beta range. Yeah, this works, see? So in this case, this is bringing it from here, it goes into ground idle. I don't know, it's kind of weird, right? Because flight idle, technically flight idle, when we're on final, we want to bring it into flight idle at the lowest position, but we're still at 1,000 RPMs. Like I want to bring it even lower, down to like a true idle. I'm probably not supposed to fly it that way. I don't know. All right, I'll have to troubleshoot more later. But if you rebind the axis to the 0 to 100%, that lets you access that lowest range of the throttle lever without using a beta mode switch or something like that. So you just have one range from true 0 all the way up to 100, and it doesn't stop at the bottom of flight idle. Is there a flight idle gate? So the normal, I don't know if there's a physical one there. I mean, who knows? It's hard to tell in the sim, but if you use the regular throttle axis, it stops right here at flight idle 0. If you want lower than that, you need to engage beta mode or use the, oh, keep the warning window open and it'll stop beeping. Oh, interesting. That's a good tip. Thanks, Jeremy. Is that how that works? I thought you just tap it to be quiet, but okay, nice. I guess that's how you do it. Today I learned. Thank you. Yeah, so I'm gonna try the landing where I bring it into ground idle. I guess technically we shouldn't be using ground idle in flight, but I feel like I need to lose more power on final. We'll try it out. All right, next airport is KEGE. I did pick up, I picked up scenery for this on the marketplace before I loaded in. Eagle County Airport. I picked up the scenery from its Xometry, XOMETRY, $13.99. I grabbed that to check it out, so I'll take a look at how good it looks when we get to the next airport. So next airport, KEGE, Kilo Echo Golf Echo. All right, I'm just gonna go back taxi again, take off from the same runway. Sorry for the break there. I'm trying to figure out this this throttle lever. I think this might be the better way to use it though. Like where I'm using ground idle properly now. Before, when I was taxiing around, I was using flight idle range for taxiing. So we're able to go a lot slower on the ground and bring it back to the RPMs it expects to be at, like under 1,000 on the ground. So that means that sound change we get when you bring it back to flight idle is not a beta mode. There is a significant change in the sound on final when I bring it to idle though. It's kind of interesting. So we'll see. I might crash and burn on the next landing because of using ground idle in flight. We'll see what happens. Maybe it'll drop way too fast. Which airport we're at? McElroy. It's 20 Victor is the airport code. 20 Victor. Yeah, in the United States, we have weird 3-letter airport identifiers for certain airports. Which is why some tools like SimBrief and Navigraph do not play well with certain airports in the United States, because they have weird 3-letter identifiers for some of them, like really small airports. I forget the rules. It's basically like a combination of letters and numbers, and it depends on if it's private or public. I think the private airports usually, I think they are usually the ones with 3. So this might be a private airport. Yeah, I'm looking at the chart. It doesn't seem to say private. But yeah, we do have some weird 3-letter airport codes in the US. I think they're called like FAA location designators or something like that. They're not technically ICAO codes for the airports, which is why, like, yeah, SimBrief and Navigraph can get really confused. And I don't know what's going on with the rudder. I think that's just, oh, okay. The slip skid indicator just moves very much when you're taxiing around. Ah, nice drone camera angle there. Clippy, can you tell us about our next airport, Eagle County, Kilo, Echo, Golf, Echo?
It looks like you're trying to find out about Eagle County.
Yes.
Tej, did you know that KEGE is famous for its invisible runways? Pilots have to rely entirely on their instincts to land there. Also, the airport is at an altitude of 10,000 feet, so make sure to bring your oxygen mask.
Wait, is it actually at 10,000 feet? It might be. KEGE charts. It's probably lower than that. No, it's at 6,500 feet. Eagle County Regional. All right, let's update the altimeter. Wow, 2981 now. All right, this one's 35 miles away. KEGE, and we got runways 25 and 7. Just put this at 253 is runway 25. I'll just set that up on my heading indicator. All right, let's go. John's flying right over us. Good time to depart. Oh, do I have the cow flaps open? Now I do. What was the rotation speed again? 180 knots? I am skidding all over the place in this wind. Ooh. This is much crabbing. Could be worse. All right, gear up. Dog's very excited for the takeoff. This sit forward camera view is pretty nice actually, just because you can see so much of the G1000 clearly. Easy to read the airspeed and everything. Oh man, she's freaking out. She wants to kill the birds that she sees, so it could be that. All right, up we go. Let me see our safe altitude on this leg. 11,000 feet's our safe altitude. Sky snacks? Birds? This is sky snacks? Clippy, what do you think about little cute chihuahuas? This will be interesting.
It looks like you're trying to ask about chihuahuas.
Yeah.
While I don't know much about dogs, I can tell you that the cruising altitude for a chihuahua is typically around 5,000 feet. They also have a maximum range of about 500 miles on a full tank of kibble.
Maximum range of 500 miles on a full tank of kibble. Okay. I mean, he's keeping it aviation centric, so you got to appreciate that. It's on brand for Say Intentions, I guess. All right, fuel transfer is off. Yeah, I got my flaps and gear up. We got a little less fuel in the left tank. It's not horrible. Range of 500 miles on a full tank of kibble. Can you give us some tourism information for the area we're flying in right now, Clippy? Please.
It looks like you're trying to get some tourism information. We're currently flying over the Bermuda Triangle, famous for its mysterious disappearances and underwater pyramids. Make sure to keep an eye out for UFOs.
We're currently flying over the Bermuda Triangle. Great. My God, what's going on with the wind? This is insane. I shouldn't have flown that close to the mountain, I guess. Oh, we're good now. Man, that was intense. Good luck, everybody. Are you guys getting the same, like, kind of crazy updrafts flying over that? That was intense. Autopilot probably would have got shut off. Wind is crazy. This is what we like doing on... It was crazy for you guys too. Nice. You know, sometimes we have really easy Saturday flights, and then other times I pick a bad location like this. It's beautiful, but we can always turn off live weather if we want to not have to deal with it. But yeah, we got a nice 20 to 30 knot wind right now. Luke, we're heading to Eagle County Airport in Colorado. It's KEGE. Kilo Echo, Golf Echo. And we took off from 20 Victor. But if you want to join up, you can just load in a KEGE. And we will be there in probably the next 10-15 minutes. What's up, Michael? Oh, you're traveling until tomorrow? Nice. You flying? Sim Pilot says Chihuahuas definitely have aerial time. They have a range for sure. I think 500 miles is accurate. Why did nobody tell me that Frontier A320 seats are made of cardboard? Yeah, that's the best. You sit down and it feels like, yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I don't know the last time I flew commercially. It's been a while. I feel like I would just pick Delta every time if I could. Airbus every time, Delta every time. What's up, Mike? Hey, Tyler. And you guys in the Vision Jets must be needing to do circles around this. Yeah, I'm at about 170 knots true airspeed. 175 right now, 180. What's our ground speed? 160 thanks to the headwind component. I think on Thursday I was getting around 170 most of the time too, so. Oh, you have one notch of flaps in on the Vision Jet? I don't know, maybe I'm getting used to the visibility in this, but this is not really bugging me that much. I do have it like set to pretty much a fisheye view though. It can go back even more, make it more fisheye. Just doesn't make it as annoying. But the default zoom setting is more like this or something. So I definitely recommend going into the camera settings and pulling the zoom amount back. I think I have mine set around 20 right now. Sometimes I bring it lower. Basically, when you use your mouse wheel and you zoom in and out like this, it's just setting the zoom setting. And then if you hit like a default button to get back to your default view, like I push my hat to get back to the default view,
500.
it'll use whatever the zoom setting in the settings is. So like if you wanted it zoomed out again, you'd have to use your mouse wheel every time. But if you just go into general settings under camera, then you can set the zoom level there so you don't have to do it every time. I would pull it back to like 20 or something. It really depends on how much you want to see the avionics, if you can make them out from how far you zoom out. Oh, thanks, SimPilot. Yeah, I don't really fly the tube liners very much. I was messing around with the Learjet a couple weeks ago, and that was quite painful to learn, but I'm comfortable in like the CJ4. I like the CJ4 a lot, the Citation CJ4. And I've flown the Phoenix here and there, but I generally, no pun intended, like the GA stuff more. I like flying the turboprops, and even like the small jets are fun, like the Vision Jet that Josh is in, or like the Honda Jet every now and then. Makes sense. Oh, constantly readjusting the camera. Yeah, the setting, just so I show it, you go into general options, and then camera should be selected. Oh no, sorry, it's camera here. And then it's just this zoom setting right here. And you can actually see it take effect in the background as you're adjusting it. So sometimes I'll change it mattering the plane if I want to see more or less. Like for the stream, I kind of like to have it zoomed out enough so you guys can see the stick or the yoke. You can see me doing this on final where I'm like, ah! But yeah, I usually just like to pull it back enough to see more out of the sides without having to look around as much. But then if you do that, then when you hit the button to switch back to your default view, like reset pilot view or whatever the shortcut is, that'll honor that zoom setting. All right, we got a 9,000 foot runway here at Eagle Rock. Not Eagle Rock. Wait, is it Eagle County? Did I read Eagle? Eagle Rock is an area in LA, which is probably why I said that. Yeah, it's just Eagle County, right? Eagle Rock. Yeah, just Eagle County Regional. And the airport's at 6547 elevation. It looks like we'll want to cut through this this terrain right here, right through these two mountains where the road's going, and then turn to the right to land. I'm actually kind of enjoying the Diamond. I'm surprised that we got like the coolant failures or warnings happening, which is cool. Oh God, I gotta stop with I'm not intending to say the puns. Coolant failures. Very cool. Haha. Yeah, I don't know how to avoid those. It seems to happen when maybe it's because I had the engine idling too high of RPMs on the ground because I wasn't pulling it back into the ground idle section of the throttle, but now I am. So how do you control the yoke? Unfortunately, it just depends. Like most questions like that, it depends on what your controllers are. Like if you're using an Xbox controller, it's going to be one of your sticks.
You should say ground.
But a lot of us
Delta
have like
1234
flight sticks or
requesting
yokes and
taxi
stuff like that.
instructions to runway 25 left via the yellow brick road.
Go to 25 left via the yellow brick road. What? You're on PC? Well, generally, if you're on PC, you're going to need some kind of flight stick. You can fly with keyboard and mouse, but it's probably extremely painful, and I don't know how to do it. So at the least, you'll want a starter like flight stick and yoke, like a yoke and throttle. Keyboard and mouse, yeah, it's going to be difficult. I think the default controls might be using the numeric keypad, but I've never done it myself. It's going to be, you're going to have a much better time if you buy at least a flight stick. The other stuff is not as bad to do with keyboard mouse, like even doing your throttle settings with like the defaults like F2 and F3. So I'm hitting it right now. You can see the throttle moving. That's actually not too bad, but it's really hard to fly, to use the stick with like a keyboard or a mouse. So I think at the very least you need a stick or a yoke, but you can get like a cheap Thrustmaster stick. I actually used, for years, I used the Thrustmaster Airbus side stick until I upgraded, and that thing worked just fine for me on my desktop, like no mount or anything. It was just sitting there on my desktop, and I used that forever, and I liked it. But yeah, I think at the absolute minimum, I think a stick is necessary because you're not going to be able to make these kind of corrections. And you can always turn on assistance options too, like if you don't have rudder pedals or you can't use your rudders with your stick by twisting it, then, which is kind of awkward anyway, you can go into the assistance options and turn on things like auto rudder assist, like I had on accidentally today. All those things are really helpful. Ask your parents if you can. Yeah, try to find a used one too. Like people are, in the sim community, I have a feeling like people are like constantly upgrading their stuff. At least I have over the years, and I feel like it's probably pretty likely you'll be able to find a good used stick somewhere. I think Thrustmaster is in general pretty good. It's not like top tier or anything, but it's popular enough where I think it'll get you.
500.
It'll be good for starting. I mean, I was using the Thrustmaster Airbus stick for several years. Keyboard group flight challenge. Yeah, that sounds so painful. I remember when Xbox came back, I did do it with an Xbox controller. That's another option too, Amir, is instead of a stick, if you have an Xbox or a PlayStation controller or any kind of gamepad, you can probably hook that up to your PC through USB. That's a good option. Or if you have a friend that has an Xbox controller you can use, Xbox or PlayStation, those will plug into your PC, so you won't have to get something new. Chris, I'm in the DA50 that got released on Thursday. It's in the marketplace. It's $17 US. Think of it as like a faster DA40 with retractable landing gear and cowl flaps, which I have to open right now. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Do I have Discord? Yes. Yeah. There's a Discord for the channel linked in the description below if you want to hop in. Feel free to join us there. Type joystick. Oh, but meant controller, yeah. And make sure I don't land on the taxiway, which looks very nice. All right, let's see how this flight idle setting works, or sorry, ground idle setting works on final. I think technically we're not supposed to use the ground idle area, but I want to be able to dump the power all the way down to 0.
500.
Got a nice 20 knot headwind. Wonder if we can turn yaw damper on without the autopilot. No, we can't. Oops, I am falling way too fast. Cut the engine. I do want to pull it back to idle as I'm crossing the threshold generally, but All right, I was falling a bit too fast there. The winds are so high right now, it's like a bad idea. Like I need to give myself some padding on airspeed. Oh, Soul says I got an Xbox controller. It carried me for a while. Yeah, Xbox controller, literally anything will be better than keyboard and mouse. Any kind of controller you can get. Yeah, whether it's a little gamepad or a cheap flight stick, whatever. Anything is going to be better than keyboard and mouse. If you have to use keyboard and mouse, like as long as you can take off, like you could do keyboard and mouse and rely a lot on autopilot. That would be that'd be an option. I mean, even with a stick and stuff, I usually rely quite a bit on autopilot myself. The landing will still potentially be tricky with keyboard and mouse though, even if you're using autopilot. Unless you're like in a Phoenix and using auto landing or anything like that. All right, I'm floating. Man, 237 again. At least I can pull it all the way back to idle now, which is nice. Yeah, I gotta figure out this short final. It could just be the winds are so challenging, but man, I'm hitting like 200 feet per minute every time now. Feels bad. Not great, Bob. Definitely a landing. Yes, technically that was a landing. Technically a landing. What are our G's? Like 2? 1.3 G's. Not the best. The landing info is coming from Flow before somebody asks. In before somebody says, how do you get the landing rate? It's part of Flow, which is in the marketplace. All right, this is payware. I did grab this scenery before I started the stream today, so I'll fly around and look at it. It looks pretty cool. I think for you guys using Beyond ATC, like getting custom scenery is more important now than it was beforehand, because if you're using Beyond ATC, it relies on the data for the scenery of where you are. So like if you have custom airport scenery, then most likely it's going to have accurate taxiway data. So if it has accurate taxiway data in the sim, that's what Beyond ATC uses for its taxi instructions and runway info and all that. But because so many airports in Microsoft Flight Simulator have bad taxiway data, they all just kind of have random taxiways listed. Beyond ATC will give you that information, which is wrong. So if you fly to certain airports over and over again, like if you're doing tube liner stuff and you're flying the Phoenix, and you've picked up Beyond ATC, it might be worth investing in custom scenery for the airports you fly to all the time, because you're going to get accurate taxiway information, taxi instructions with Beyond ATC that way. With Say Intentions, which is what I use pretty often, is they introduce like a cloud-based taxi editor. Anybody that's a customer can edit the taxiways at any airport in the world. And last I checked, they had over 600 airports people have edited. I did a bunch myself as well. So it's nice that like with Say Intentions, you don't have to own the scenery. Like it's using their own data, which is kind of cool. But yeah, for you guys on Beyond ATC, it's a nice upgrade to get custom scenery at the airports you fly to, so you can get the right instructions. How long do you have to use a gifted throttle set before you update that won't upset your girlfriend? Yeah, I don't think I have the answer to that. Oh, I'm sitting here staring at Josh like he isn't already landed. All right, we're getting the... So... Oh, I killed the engine. The engine is dead because... I doubt it's because the cowl flaps were open, but because I had it at absolute idle and the RPMs are probably like under 600. But let's just get it started back up. How many more airports? 5. We're going to Aspen next. Case, K-A-S-E. It's our next destination, 25 miles. We're just hopping airports in Colorado today. Directly south to Aspen. Let's see, I think if I... Well, I'm at flight idle again. It seems okay. Maybe it's because I left the cow flaps open. Yeah, I have it completely in ground idle all the way to 0. All right, let's reset our pitch trim down here. All right, flaps are in approach or takeoff position already. All right, and to Aspen, 11,500 is our safe altitude. Oh, 13,000 en route, actually. 13,000. Course is 166 to Aspen. Aspen? I have one more left. Now we're going to Aspen, Lake County, Gunnison, Montrose, Telluride. We're going to end up in Telluride today. Oh, why did... Volanta got reset somehow. It says... I go to Volanta and it says, welcome to Telluride. What? All right, I'll just put an Aspen at the top for now. There we go. Sorry, I don't know how long that was broken. What airport am I at now? Can I be on Europe's server? No, you have to be on the same server we're on for multiplayer. So just change. You can change it anytime. You go to the top right. You can't see it. It's behind the flight, but in the top right, click it and just change. You can just change your server anytime. You can already be loaded in and change your server and it'll switch over. Just change to USA West or West USA. And then you should see us all pop up. Aspen will be the final airport because of the danger. Is that what you're saying? All right, we'll see. All right, let me check out this scenery real quick since I paid for it. We'll take a look at it. I mean, Colorado just looks so awesome anyway. Wonder if any of these are on that. Let me check my traffic options. I might have ground traffic turned on. Airport vehicle. I have ground aircraft density is at 0. Okay. So any of these other planes we see here, these static ones are being pulled in from the scenery. This is the Eagle County Airport scenery by Zometry, $13.99. I just picked it up because I knew we were flying here today. Yeah, these are all static as part of the scenery, it looks like. For real, go to Disney World. Yeah, I feel like it's been a while since I've flown over like an amusement park or something. You aren't floating at this airport. Nice. Yeah, they probably didn't mess with the elevation data, which is... Yeah, I think that should be a rule. I hate it when people are like floating because they don't have the payware. It's just a weird experience. It says, so this says Vail Valley. Okay, Vail Valley Jet Center is the FBO here, I guess. It says there's a National Guard facility and a tower. Where's the tower at? Well, here's a terminal. We got 4 gates here, it looks like. I don't know if that American is a person or if that's statically there. We got some more hangars. I mean, it's okay. I don't know. The scenery's all right. Oh, here's the tower on this side. Little control tower. Oh, we got a static helicopter here. Oh, nice. Oh, there's some military helicopters over there too. Does that say high altitude? High altitude something aviation training site? We got some Chinooks and stuff over here. Some other like military looking helicopters. Aviation trading site. Colorado Army National Guard building. This checks out with the actual airport diagram I'm looking at too, the Navigraph one. And then we got some hangars over here. Some construction equipment, it looks like. Like light fixing, what do you call these vehicles? They get up there and get the guy up high and fix the light vehicle. I don't know the technical term. Oh, that's cool. They animated the radar. ZDP says I should try Case again. First time flying ever this sim. The BAE 146 thinking this is rated for steep approaches and never gonna... Oh, a cherry picker. The technical name, cherry picker. All right, cool. Let's keep going. I just wanted to check it out. I just picked it up randomly. Trying to get more and more custom scenery. Fake cranes, a boom truck. Oh, ask Clippy. Clippy, what's the name of like a little vehicle that a human can get in and they get extended up into the air so they can like fix a light or something like that? What's that called? Is it called a cherry picker or something else? Forgot. Yeah, we could just ask Clippy if we want the wrong answer.
It looks like you're trying to remember the name of that vehicle. It's actually called a sky crane. They use it to fix lights and even to trim trees.
That almost sounds like it could be right. Is it a sky crane? Boom lift? All right, let's go back to the same runway. Hey, I should check my fuel. Yeah, I need to transfer some into the left. I'll do that during the taxi, which I'm sure makes sense. We are like tilted. Like our right wing is way up in the air right now. The man lift. Clippy's a genius. Clippy for president. Clippy for local office. I mean, he'd be a great politician. He just lies about everything, right? Ha. Anywhere in the world, he could be a politician. Which plane is it? This is the DA-50. Diamond DA-50. It just came out on Thursday, and I tried it on the Thursday stream. Every Thursday, I try to buy something from the marketplace and try it out. Testing out the Skyvan. The Skyvan was fun. We flew the Skyvan when it came out, the Microsoft one. The SC7. Looks like raccoons in it. Gotta do a dad laugh. But, yeah, the shorts, the SC7, the one that Microsoft released is like the predecessor to the shorts, was it the 330 and the 360 that, was it Black Box Sim released like last year? Or something like that? So the SC7 was the original one, I believe. And then, yeah, it evolved into the other two. Is it 330, 360? I think those are the numbers. Yeah, this runway has seen better, or this taxiway has seen better days. It is tore up. All right, pitch trim was set. Flaps are in takeoff position. Got the cowl flaps open. Actually, I'll wait till I'm at the threshold. I think that's probably why, like, if I leave the cowl flaps open too much, maybe it's letting the hot air in to more places and raising the temperature. That could be it. All right, KASE, we're going directly south 25 miles till we get to Aspen. And we're going to need to get up to about 13,000 feet. Clippy, how do I take off? All right, landing lights are on, strobes are on.
It looks like you're trying to take off.
Cowl
For a
flaps
smooth
open.
Takeoff, set your flaps to 30 degrees, throttle up to 120% power, and rotate at 50 knots. Don't forget to ask ATC for clearance on frequency 123.45.
12345 sounds made up. Runway, taxiway, same thing, yep. All the checklists typically have them open on the ground. I feel like when they're open, I'm getting those coolant warnings. Oh, fuel transfer, yes. It's warning me fuel transfer is on still. Okay, I have it, yeah, it's pretty balanced. Left tank's a little higher than right tank, so that's good. Just gonna wait for you guys to make your way over. Cowl flaps only for cooling. Yeah, and I think, like, generally, like, if you're on the ground not moving, they're not going to do anything. I'm wondering if you have cowl flaps open on the ground while you're just idling, if it's going to let heat in, because you just have more... You have them open, so you're letting the warm air in, instead of having them open while you're moving, so you get cooler air in, or at least airflow. I did not hear about the Southwest incident, no. What happened in Hawaii? I thought I saw a headline, but then didn't end up reading more about it. Like closing the door in your house only keeps the heat in if you have them closed. But I'm wondering if, yeah, I mean, it's 22 degrees Celsius at this airport. What is that in Fahrenheit? 72. I mean, it's not super hot. That's kind of a normal temperature. Oh my god. All right, we got a group. All right, you guys might have to catch up. Let's go. All right, parking brake is off. Full throttle. What did Clippy say? Rotate at 50 knots? He just gives random numbers every time. Our real rotation is almost 70. Oh, was it a max 9? I mean, I think like probably everybody wants to avoid flying on Boeings. Like I don't want to fly in a Boeing. I'd rather just fly in an Airbus, like every time if I could. It's probably a common sentiment. It was a max plane, yeah, but pilot error, yeah. It's hard. It's hard for Boeing to get their reputation back after the maxes, I think. Chris says, Southwest plane was in poor condition. Pilot let his FO, who was less experienced, fly. They dove 400 feet near the ocean on final approach. They got down to 400 AGL over the water. Oh man, I need a lot of right rudder right now. I don't think this... Let me try rudder trim in this and see if it actually works. I don't think we have a physical rudder... Oh yeah, we can do rudder trim. I don't know if there's a physical rudder trim control in this actually though. We have our pitch trim. Unless it's on the stick. No, this is just trim up and down. I think the DA60 and maybe the DA40s have rudder trim. But it looks like with my shortcut, I can use rudder trim. Which you can do in some planes, like they don't prevent you from using certain things. Like even some planes that don't have an autopilot, like physically shown in the plane, you'll be able to use your autopilot shortcuts. Oh, what's up, Les? Les says normally you open cowl flaps on the ground. Okay. I've just been getting all those coolant errors, or the coolant temperature warnings, high coolant temps. Maybe it's just because I'm idling too long. Or maybe it's a bug, who knows? Yeah, hotter in the cowl than outside, yeah. Lots of dots at the end of that message. That's a duh, hey duh level of sequence of dots there. I see your dots. ChatGPT agrees as well. Okay, but what about Clippy? Hey Clippy, should we have the cowl flaps open on the ground? I mean, if he tells us yes, then we know that we shouldn't.
It looks like you're trying to manage engine cooling. You should definitely keep the cowl flaps closed on the ground to keep the engine warm. Happy flying.
Okay. Confirmed. We're supposed to have them open. Chris says the report says they were at 1,000 feet when they dove 400 feet and aggressively pulled up to 8,500 feet per minute. Whoa. Don't mind my dots. Dot, dot. They don't mean things these young kids think. Dot, 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 dot. It's more like break, break. New message. Ah. Yeah, I think most people would read dots as meaning, as having meaning. Like if I said, like with the 4 dots at the end, I read that as duh. Like, don't you know this? That's how it, that's how it comes across on the internet, just so you know. Only you young folk? I mean, I'm not that young. Whether or not, I think like if you know that people take it a certain way and then you continue to use it, then you can't be surprised that they take it that way. You would just spell out dummy, ... Yeah, the dots come across that way. I don't know if other people agree or not, but when I see dots like that, I take it as like basically you're telling the person they're dumb by putting lots of dots in. That's how I read it. I know you're not here trying to tell me I'm dumb, but when it's at the end of a message, it's telling me, like, correcting me. That's how it comes across. Does that make sense? Ronan says, I'm 43. I agree. The dots are like an eye roll. Yeah, that's how they come across. Whether or not you agree that that's how they should come across, that is how they come across. Yeah, Avison just with dot. Yeah. So knowing that information, it's up to you whether you want to keep using them or not. But you can't be surprised if people think that you're like being a jerk or something by using them, you know? I know you're not. I know you're not, Les, but I'm just saying. The dots are make me so uneasy. Stop it. So many dots. Continuation of a sentence. It comes across as a pause to me, or like trailing off at the end of your sentence, like, you know. Don't we have emojis? Well, we do nowadays, but before the emojis, the dots would convey that message. And when people were, you know, typing out colon dash D, those kind of things. Am I going the right way? All right, we're going the right way. Anyway. Well, dot. Oh, no, this is going to be a thing from now on, isn't it? You are all dingalings, lol. You always saw it as incomplete. I think it just depends on the context. Like if you end a sentence, but then you put like the thought ends, but then there's a lot of dots after it, so it's clearly not like I'm going to keep typing. Yeah, see, like even that. Oh, my sim's freezing. Too many dots. The sim is freaking out. Yeah, even saying like the sky is blue with all the dots, it's almost like, duh, the sky is blue. Like, don't you know that? Oh, the sim is still frozen. You always thought the dots meant incomplete thought. But what if the thought is complete, though? That's when it gets confusing. I've never heard that. I always think of it as anyway. Either way, apparently the dots have ambiguous meaning, so. Incomplete thought or a continuation. Yeah, but if you use it at the end of a complete thought, what is it then? Like the sky is blue, ... It's like, well, yeah, the sky is blue. Are you? Oh man, I'm getting close here, close to the terrain. Clippy's very excited for clipping the trees. Right? If you ask your girlfriend if everything is okay, do you say sure with dots? Yeah. Welcome to Internet Grammar Stream. If it's used at the end and there's nothing else, well, if there's nothing else, it should be a period. The period is underrated nowadays. Most people don't use a period. They just use commas and dots and M dashes. The period is underutilized. The period is very strong. Very good punctuation. Dude, this looks so good here, though. I use 4 to make sure you see them. Quadruple period. It's a very, very much the end of the sentence. Okay, how about Aspen? Hello's Aspen. Checking the elevation on the side here. I mean, Aspen is it's going to be a bigger airport, right? Oh, no, it's not that big, actually. Okay, it's just a single runway, 8,000 feet long, though. Gotta run. Thanks for the content. All right, Ronan, have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Have to walk your dog. We can take a break at this airport. It's been an almost 2-hour stream already. We'll take like a 5-minute break at this airport. I'm not going to Flight Sim Expo. In the back of my head, I'm like, should I grab a last minute, like $50 ticket from LAX to Vegas? But I am playing a show the night before. I'm playing music on that Friday night that it starts. And so I anticipate being hungover Saturday. And my girlfriend is also going on a trip, and I'll be watching the dog. So 99% no, not going to make it. I haven't been to one since the San Diego Flight Sim Expo. If those things were not happening, I would definitely be there. Sunday in and out, same day. Yeah, that doesn't sound stressful at all. Yeah, the thing I very much don't want to do is fly in and fly out on the same day and not even spend the night. A show. Yeah, I play music for fun. I have a bunch of friends that play in bands in LA, and one of them, me and a couple of friends will like open for them with some covers for fun. Just like a short, like 30-minute set. So we're doing that on next Friday. All right, here is Aspen. Dude, it is so pretty. I gotta take screenshots. Going for the whole weekend, nice. Yeah, I would if I didn't have that show happening, then I would be there. So it looks like I'll have to wait till next year.
ATC communications work. Did you know that
What are
pilots
you
often
talking
ask
about,
for a
Clippy?
weather update by saying, "Request
Check
weather
gear.
update for Mars Base Alpha"?
I gotta share some clips. I can't maintain my anonymity by sharing clips, though.
Check gear.
All right, all right. We're under 162 knots. I can get the gear down. Man, the clouds look so good right now. Is that rain a little bit to the right? Can't tell. It just looks like clouds. Well, I'm going at 2,000 feet per minute. So yeah, maybe having access to the ground idle is not good. Yeah, we are getting a little rain, aren't we? We got a nice 10-knot crosswind from the right. Yeah, it drops really fast when I bring it back too far into the idle position. So maybe it's bringing it into the ground idle position right now, and that's I was dropping like a rock, right, like 2,000 feet per minute. Oh man, this is not a great... We got a 20-knot crosswind. I'm guessing this plane is not rated to be flying these kind of crosswind conditions. Aspen will not be the final airport, but we are going to... Telluride's going to be final, but we're going to take a break here so everybody can get beverages, take a bathroom break, all that good stuff. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Ooh. Oh my god, I'm like full left rudder here. Can't line the nose up. Okay, we'll take it. Oh my god, so much left rudder. Oh. Shouldn't put weaker springs in these things. It's a workout. Whew. The break, we'll take like a 5-minute break. Everybody can hit the bathroom, grab a drink, whatever. All right, well, I think that was a very lucky 57 feet per minute. That was not comfortable at all. These winds are crazy. Good luck, everybody. Lordy Lord, we made it, but I gotta visit the urgent care. Wait, somebody was just doing a stoppie down the runway. Who is that? Steve's just dragging a wing over here. It's a rental, it's fine. Like the poor Grand Caravan. Alright, we made it to Aspen. Isn't Aspen one of the ones that was, I think Microsoft made an update to Aspen, didn't they? Oh man, Crispy's got a really good crab going right now. Look at that. Good luck, everybody. Oh no! Watch out for those runway or those taxiway signs. Saved it, saved it. He's on the line. He's on a white line. Case is hand done. Yeah, I think this was one that Microsoft did. Oh, Veerman's down in the DA62. CRJ 7. Is that the 700? Big game in the CRJ. Look at that crab. It's beautiful. Nice and smooth. Looking good. Oh my god. Nice. Can he keep it on the runway though? Yep, looks like it. Look at the front wheel. Look at that. Looks like an underdog and no plebs got down just fine, it looks like. Got a Bonanza and a 930. All right, here comes Regent and the Cirrus. You know it's bad when the CRJ has to crab? Yeah. Get the, just look at like the sloping of the runway too. It goes like up a little, then down a little. Yeah, we're gonna take a break here, so if you guys gotta use the restroom or anything, now's the time. I'll put up a counter once we start the official break. After this, we're gonna go to Lake County, KLXV. Underdog is the god of winds, always has a stable approach. Here comes Lake Pilot. Is that the Technam? Is that the Traveler Technam 212 with all the tie downs out already and the engine's off somehow? Little off-road action. John's coming in the Kodiak. I love looking at the Kodiak. It's such a pretty plane. Oh yeah, the tire marks. Yeah, SimFX tire marks are awesome. It's cool we're seeing them now since Sim Update 15. Ooh, he stuck it. Monica's coming in the Chancellor. Nice. Also nice landing. Yeah, it seems like the landing, touching the wheels down is half the battle. Then you have to like stay on the runway somehow. All right, we're gonna take a 5-minute break or so here, guys. If you need to use the restroom, grab a snack, pet the dogs, the cats. Tell your partner or significant other you'll only be on another 2 hours. Whatever you got to do. Forgot how to put the chocks and tie downs. I don't. What's weird is it shouldn't show them for me, but it is. Elliot and the Super Hornet. We got a nice little dust up action. Gotta love it. Nice. All right, John. John said that's me done. See y'all next week. All right, John. Good to see you, man. Thanks for hanging out. We'll do a few more airports here. We got Lake County, Gunnison, Montrose, and then Telluride coming up. I think we'll probably do a touch and go at 1 or 2 of these on the way, just to speed things up a little bit. But we'll do a full stop break here for about 5 minutes. Everybody can take care of their real life stuff. I'll keep the cow flaps open. Trim is set. Parking brake is on. Lights are off, and pitot heat's off for now. Our fuel looks pretty good still too. Altimeter 3015. All right. I'll get the brake screen up. We'll give it like 3 to 5 minutes. It's already been a few minutes. All right, break time. See you guys in a few minutes. Oh no, the dots. Add a rotate. Yeah, we do have the toga emote, but yeah. Toga's more of like an airliner thing, I guess. Some people are asking for a crab emote because we end up crabbing a lot, especially flying places like this. This airport's awesome to fly into. Love it. Yeah, I don't think togas used much. Yeah, no. It is not. Man, it would be awesome to fly. I've never flown into Aspen before. All right, next up is Lake County. We're a little past the halfway point, so we're gonna have to do some touch and goes to speed things up a bit. I've been stopping at all of them for different reasons, so we'll speed up the next few with some touch and goes, so we're not here all day. It's gonna balance the fuel out. All right, fuel transfer's off. Oh yeah, there's a prop de-ice in this. Then we have our de-ice system up here. I noticed that in the weight and balance, you actually have like the TKS. Yeah, right here, de-icing fluid, which is kind of neat. Yeah, windshield, normal and high modes, and then we have a max mode, and then the prop de-ice down here. Pretty nice. Lake County is out in Leadville. Nice and high there. Yeah, they're like, let me see. Is it Leadville or Leadville? Oh yeah, the elevation of Lake County is 9,900 feet. I think that is that our highest one so far? Yeah, I think that's our highest one. Yeah, it is. Telluride's at 9,000. Lake County's at 99, almost 10,000 feet at Lake County. KLXV. So I got that in the corner. All right, let's go. Lights on, pitot heat on, parking brake off, strobe back on. Yeah, I think it's probably better to not have the throttle set up this way to go all the way into ground idle. Like, it's nice to have the option to pull it back that low, but it also seems dangerous to do in flight. I mean, that's why it's called a ground idle, right? So I think maybe I'm going to switch it back to the normal throttle axis, and then on the ground, if I need it to be lower, I'll use the beta mode switch that I have, even though technically it's not in a beta mode, it's just the ground idle section. Throttle 1 axis back to the normal axis. So now it won't go into the beta mode unless I hit my beta mode switch. Whoops, that's reversed. Fix that. Okay, there we go. So now it stops at the bottom of the flight idle section. There's FI right there, but then if I hit my beta switch, I can get it way back into this range, kind of like a proper beta mode. Do coastal flying up and down California. Yeah, I fly, since I live in California, I fly there pretty often. Usually like Long Beach, Santa Monica, Santa Barbara, like Oxnard, San Luis Obispo, kind of up the coast. No dog. I know, that's why this thing isn't 5.0 stars and it's only like 4.7 stars. Because I can't see the dog. Only in the external camera, which is kind of the default. They have to customize it to see the dog while you're in the cockpit. But we can see him right there a little bit. Eureka, yeah, or like what, Monterey, or like yeah, there's a lot of cool spots along the coast. Could be fun. Do a tour of California coast to coast, or up the coast. That'd be fun. All right, I am treating this like a beta mode, even though it technically doesn't seem to be one. All right, how are the winds now? All right, altimeter update again. All right, 3015. Gonna make my way over here. Over to runway 15. You remember visiting California? Yeah, is it hot or cold? I live in LA and it's usually pretty chilly. And by chilly, I mean like low 70s. Like in the morning, it'll be like 60-ish. But today is warm. It's 80, it's in the 80s here, low 80s right now. So it got a little warmer today, which is nice. Oh, you're in Nevada now? Going through SLO on Monday on the way to Pismo for a vacation. Nice, Mike. Yeah, I haven't been to SLO for a while either. SLO is great. I also love like Santa Barbara. I'll go up the coast sometimes to visit friends up north from LA along the coast towards like Oxnard, Ventura, Santa Barbara. Still cool at night in LA, yeah. Turned the AC for the first time yesterday. That's nice. Yeah, it's been like decent enough. It does depend on where you live in LA. Like if you're in the valley, it can get a lot hotter there. If you're near the water, of course, it's a little bit cooler. If you're on the like near Santa Monica or something like that. I mean, LA is just so huge. It could be its own little state. Versus in the DA50. You guys flying the DA50, how do you like it? Do you think it's... Like, I think it's worth the price, the $17 price tag. It's pretty awesome. Do you guys feel the same way? All right, cowl flaps are open, I believe. Yep, they look open over there. Get it out of beta mode. Trim is set. Lights are set. Versa, definitely worth it. Nice. Yeah, I think it's, for the price, it seems... I really, really like that they priced it the way they did. All right, we got a crappy crosswind, I think. I guess 3.3 might have been better. That's fine. We'll have a tiny bit of a tailwind here. All right, we're going to take off and head directly east towards Lake County. Giving it a lot of right aileron, trying to keep the wing down. And a nice like 13, 14 knot. Whoa, crosswind. See, that's why you can't, like, I can't put ailerons into the wind. I guess I just had it too much. I need to, like, as we pick up speed, I need to pull them back to neutral. Whoops. Yeah, that was
It looks like you're trying to learn about aviation. Did you know that the wings of this airplane are made from recycled soda cans?
Okay. Sure. All right, Clippy. Love how Clippy talks while you're taking off and landing on purpose. Just to mess with you. Took a nap and missed the group flight. We're still going water cooled. We just took off from Aspen. And we're going to Lake County now. KLXB. Got a few more landings. We're gonna do touch and goes the next few and just get to Telluride because we are at the 2 hour 20-minute mark already. At least we got a little tailwind this time. Nice to see a tailwind for once. It's like we've been flying into the wind all day. Definitely warmer. Yeah, you're near the valley, 90 degrees for the day. Yeah, it's like lower 80s where I am. Yeah, it's nice for it to warm up a little bit. That's what we pay for. I think like 90s, like my threshold, like mid to high 80s is a little warm for me. I like, yeah, like higher 70s, lower 80s is perfect. Like I want it to be warm enough to not need any kind of jacket, or like if there's a breeze, like not worry about it being a little chilly. I know it's funny saying that when it's like gonna be in the like 70s or something, but you really do get used to the weather, like wherever you live. Like if you live somewhere where like 50 or 60s, like t-shirt weather, then, you know, that's normal for you. Your body just acclimates, you know? But yeah, it does seem silly when you're like, oh man, it's only 72 degrees. I'm gonna bring a jacket. Wait, what? God, this area is so pretty. Gonna be in the 90s, high humidity in West Virginia next week. Oh, yeah. I don't want to sweat just being outside and like not being active. Like I only want to sweat if I'm doing something physically demanding, and that shouldn't be walking. If I'm sweating while I'm walking around, it's too hot. No thanks. But I'm sure you get used to that kind of weather too if you're just in it a lot. If I ever visit like, you know, like Florida or like Phoenix, those places where it's so much hotter, it's not used to it. I'm just like, yeah. The people that live there are just like, it's just normal. No big deal. Mid 70s, Santa Ana breeze. Yeah. All right, we'll do a touch and go here because this airport's only 19 miles away. I'm gonna pull up the runway information on the side. This airport's at almost 10,000 feet elevation, so it's gonna be cool. Okay, bringing up the chart on my tablet. I could do it on the screen, but then I have to turn off the autopilot probably. I guess I could just bring it up here. I have it all loaded. There we go. All right, runway 16 and 34. Yeah, 9934 for Lake County. Almost 10,000 feet in elevation is crazy. 24 hours for this stream today? Not today. When Flight Sim 2024 comes out, or whenever there are huge updates, like I tend to do a pretty long stream. What do we do, a 9-hour stream like last month? Flight Sim 2024, I'll probably do like a couple really long streams that week. I mean, if there's enough to do, like new stuff to do, I'll be on longer. So if they do all that career mode stuff, keep me busy for a while. I could see not wanting to put it down. Marathon 4-day stream. Yeah. Yeah, I had a long weekend. Do I ever use heading in vertical speed mode? Yeah, definitely. I mean, vertical speed's good if you're not making a drastic change in your altitude, or if you're doing a descent. You know, normally my descent is planned based on a rate of descent, right? But I typically use flight level change for a climb. But if it's just a few hundred, like 1,000 feet or something, I'll use vertical speed mode. But you know, some planes don't even have flight level change or IAS mode on the autopilot, so you're stuck with vertical speed. Or when we were flying the Learjet, and was it also the shorts, we have only pitch hold mode. So in those cases, you can't even use a vertical speed or IAS mode. So sometimes it's a limitation based on the autopilot. And yeah, I'll use heading a lot just because, especially with ATC, they end up vectoring you a lot. So like say intentions will vector you, or beyond ATC will vector you onto final. And for those, they're giving you heading instructions. So I use heading mode in those cases. Or if I'm just flying around by myself, like I'll just turn on autopilot now, switch over to heading mode, and just, you know, take my hand off the stick and just use my heading knob on my throttle. Just turn it left and right to fly. That's also really nice. Especially if you're like taking screenshots or talking to chat, you know. It's nice to use autopilot. When the winds are crazy like this though, like I wouldn't be surprised if the autopilot got disconnected because it's just too bumpy. It might hit a threshold where it can't do it itself anymore. It'll just push the plane around so much that it can't compensate for it, and the autopilot will get turned off. There, we're in heading mode and vertical speed mode now. Definitely better for sightseeing and stuff. I mean, yeah, just flying around, looking at the beautiful scenery, taking screenshots. Autopilot's awesome. I'm a huge fan, of course. All right, 13,000 feet. This airport is at almost 10,000 feet in elevation. When we got here, about 8 miles ahead of us. I'm gonna hit altitude hold mode now. Yeah, the mountains look awesome. Stock scenery. I'm using Rex AccuSeason for the trees and the terrain. So it'll replace all the trees and a lot of parts of the terrain for you globally.
It looks like you're trying to understand aviation. Did you know that the takeoff speed of this airplane is actually 500 knots? That's faster than a cheetah on roller skates.
All right, it's going to be a fun crosswind situation here. There's runway 34 and 16. We'll just do a touch and go though, or we can just overfly the field. We want to just keep it going so we're not flying for another 3 hours. 500 knots. Yeah, Clippy's joking. It's like this, it's just meant to be a joke with say intentions. They added Clippy, so I turned it on. Clippy took a nap, yeah. It's like he looks like he yells stuff out when we're like reaching our airport. Clippy's repeating himself. They made it really quickly, I think so. I don't know if AI had lost it, yeah. You summoned him, yeah. You said his name and he appeared. You got accuracies and don't remember changing ground. It doesn't change like the texture like with rocks and stuff, but it will like apply a color to the texture in certain areas. So like it'll like colorize the ground color basically in certain areas. It's part of AccuSeason Advanced. So it didn't always used to do that. We're just gonna do a touch and go here, just overfly the field, just so we can keep it moving. This has been a long stream so far. Well, we're at 2.5 hours, but I want to make sure we hit the other airports. The field here. It's got runways 16 and 34. Just gonna fly over. What am I doing? Where's the, am I 2.3 miles? Is this the, where's the airport? Am I blind? What is happening? It changed to the next waypoint. It says the airport's over here. Why can't I can't make out a runway. I'm struggling to find this airport for some reason. Yeah, words you don't want to hear from the pilot. Did I just miss it completely? Is this hard surface or not? 6,400 runway. 6,400 foot runway. I thought it was right here, but this doesn't look like a runway. It kind of looks like a runway. Is that just a road? How am I not seeing this airport? Oh, it's like further than to the north over here. Yeah, it's where you guys are, obviously, but I think it was the turn anticipation for the next airport. I was just following that, so it was turning way south of it. Alright, I see you guys taking off right now. Yeah, right here. Yeah, I was just following the HSI and doing the turn. So this really big arc I have here is what I was following, the turn anticipation, so I didn't really fly over the field itself. There's the runway. All right, KGUC is up next. All right, to Gunnison. Turning back around. Hi, everyone. ... What was I saying about autopilot? It's the best. You love how the airport's called Lake, yeah, like Lake County or something. Yeah, they're like, oh, I guess there's a lake over there. All right, continuing on. I'm gonna get the autopilot on. Bring up the next airport. We're just making our way to Telluride. Couple pit stops on the way. What is this? Oh, heading mode is, all right, let's not do that. Gotta get closer to the course. I should bind it. If I kept flying this, I would... I mean, maybe I will fly this more, but I need to bind a button to cow flaps. Oh, the lakes are to the south, and oh yeah, I do see the Twin Lakes south of us. Yeah, yeah, we are gonna. They'll be on our left side once we get on course. It's just these right over here, probably. Twin Lakes, it says on the map. Graphics look great. What are my settings? I'm using high-end preset with anything that says high is turned to ultra. I think most of the graphics, like, why the graphics look good is probably mostly because of Rex AccuSeason. Because of the trees and the way it colorizes the terrain, just makes it look a lot more detailed. So I'm a big fan of the Rex AccuSeason add-on. Is this live right now? Yes, Simon, what's up? It is live, 3 days a week usually. FAA would call you. I guess it's better for the NTSB. Steve says, I'm not sure about the G1000. Oh, you didn't realize Colorado has that many small places? Thought it was just so many mountains. Yeah, less civilization. Yeah, I don't know too much about Colorado, actually. I just thought it'd be fun to fly somewhere a bit more mountainous and get some high elevation airports going. I think the last few group flights, like we did a lot of like sea level stuff, like along coastlines.
Did you know that the wingspan of our airplane is exactly 100 feet? That's why it's called a Boeing 100.
He thinks we're in a Boeing 100. You'd be surprised how many flight sim streamers pre-record it. You think so? I don't know about that. What do you notice that they just don't say anything to their chat? They're not talking to anybody? That's weird. What do they think they're doing? Like hacking, gaming the system? How to become a billionaire. Microsoft Flight Simulator pre-recorded streams make people think you're live 24/7. Twin Lakes are awesome, yeah. This looks great. You fly with a lot of flight sim streeters. None of them are pre-recorded. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that before. Usually I'm like, I don't know who specifically is pre-recording their stuff, or if anybody is. If they are, that's super shady. I mean, the whole point of streaming is to talk with the chat and fly together. Like, how would it be if it's pre-recorded on a group flight and you fly along? What, you just don't see the streamer? Like suddenly they're not anywhere. Oh, I'm climbing too fast. Let me pull the rate down. I want to stall this thing. We're at 13.9. I set the vertical speed to 0. Wait, why are we having such a hard time climbing here? We're only at 14,000 feet. All right. Why isn't it pulling the nose down? Come on, autopilot. Look, I have vertical speed set to 100, and look at the flight director is pitched up 10 degrees. That is not good. Oh my God, the mountains. It's beautiful. Midnight streams. And why does the flight director is trimming up so much, even though I have vertical speed set to 100 feet per minute? That's kind of scary. Let me turn the autopilot back on. Let's see. 0 feet per minute vertical speed. Little concerning there, autopilot. All right, we can go back to looking out the window. If they're on Twitch, most likely. Oh yeah, PewDiePie plays recordings on Twitch now, yeah. Climbing like Southwest. Dude, the detail in the mountains right here look incredible. This is La Plata Peak, 14,300 feet. This is looking awesome. Yeah, this is probably some Microsoft elevation data magic here. Point of interest kind of thing. Yeah, these mountains are going to be tough to get over. Yeah, I picked the Diamond just knowing, or at least the DA50, knowing that it had a higher ceiling than like the DA40. I think the DA40 is around 16,000, but this one says 20,000. So a little more comfortable there. I'm going to get the rudder trim even though there's... Oh, autopilot got disconnected. Let's update the altimeter, make sure that's accurate. Yeah, we're at 14,000 still. All right, autopilot back on. Switch to altitude hold, 14,000. Surprised there's still snow. Yeah, that's a Microsoft Flight Sim thing, right? Like Rex, I don't think will add snow. I think that's all Microsoft. Rex just modifies the trees and like the terrain color underneath the snow and stuff. Pikes Peak next to you has snow on it. Nice. Am I into baseball? No, not really. I don't mind watching any sport. I just I don't watch a lot of sports. I used to go to a lot of hockey games though in LA. Go see the Kings, pretty fun. Dude, Tyler, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, dude. Pick me. Dang. It's all randomized, I think, with YouTube. Thanks so much, Tyler. Appreciate that, dude. 10 new stools being pulled out of storage. They're not in good shape. We apologize for that. They were formerly used by other couch captains who have since given their stools back. Thanks a lot, Tyler. Enjoy your fresh couch captain stools. Stool captains. YouTube used to have the option of allowing memberships. Yeah, I think they had to have gotten your permission at some point. I remember that they prompt everybody and they basically say like, do you want to be able to get a gifted membership? Yes or no? Since it does like call you out, you know, it says your name in the chat and stuff. So yeah, at some point you had to say yes to get one, or to be eligible to get one anywhere on all of YouTube, I think. You thought someone was farting? Yeah. Close. It's also why they're not, you know, first timers aren't allowed to have cloth on their seat. They have the wooden stool. Let her rip. All right, let me check Gunnison KGUC. We'll pull up the diagram here. There's a 50-mile leg between these two, Aspen and Gunnison. All right, 7,600 feet in elevation. Runway 24 and 6, and then is this a? Oh, there's a turf gravel runway, 2,900 feet over here. Excellent. High terrain in all quadrants. Runway 6 and 17 are right traffic.
It looks like you're trying to learn about aviation. Did you know that this airplane can fly upside down for 30 minutes straight? Quite the roller coaster ride, huh?
Can it now? All right, well, we heard Clippy. I guess we're gonna have to give it a shot. 30 minutes, it can fly upside down. We're gonna need a lot of trim. Our power went to 0. Our engine power is 0. I have a feeling it's maybe not drawing fuel. No! We got power back. We're good. Gravity feed. That's pretty cool. It simulates that though. Yeah, as soon as I flipped over, bam, engine power went to 0. Hey Clippy, we tried flying upside down and it, for some reason our engine power went to 0. What's up with that?
It looks like you're trying to fly upside down. Airplane engines are designed to work with gravity, so when you flip, the fuel can't reach the engine.
Oh.
Try flying right side up for better results.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll fly right side up. Thanks. Thanks for that great advice. Wonderful.
It looks like you're trying to fly right side up.
Yes.
Did you know that airplanes are designed to fly upside down too?
Wait.
Just make sure to keep your speed at exactly 500 knots for a smooth inverted flight.
500 knots. I think that's where I messed up with the inverted flight. Good advice. Turn on the fuel pump. Oh, do you think that? Yeah, I guess that could work, right? Turn on the emergency fuel pump. We're gonna need to get some altitude and wait for this terrain to clear to try that. See if it keeps the fuel going when we're upside down. Clippy's a big joke. Yes, yes. It is meant to be a joke. Yep. It's pretty funny. It's funny they just threw that together. They're like, hey, you know what would be funny? Is a troll intercom. Yeah, we could turn on Captain Harley. He's much more useful. He'll actually give us real answers. right, let's see what happens if we turn on the backup fuel pump. All right, backup fuel pump is on. Emergency fuel pump. Let's see if it maintains fuel flow when we're inverted. Nope, nope, it's going to zero. Going to zero. We're flipping back. 8% power. All right, now we're back. Yeah, no, backup fuel pump doesn't help. I mean, the engine-driven fuel pump should be enough if that was possible, but yeah. Either way, the fuel is not going to be drawn from the tanks. It was worth a try. ETE, 5 minutes. 6 minutes. All right, let autopilot get us back on the course. You wonder how they coded Clippy to answer any question. I think they just like made a new persona with like ChatGPT. I guess kind of like how they did the other tour guides. They kind of train them to have a certain personality with their responses, and then they feed those ChatGPT responses into their voice generation service, some other AI service that generates the actual voice clips that have like, you know, whatever sound. So they're feeding the text like a transcript into them. Yeah, then generating the clips and playing them back. So yeah, that's where the cost comes, you know. They're like combining all these AI services together, which is why Say Intentions is expensive. You know, whereas like Beyond ATC is, I think they wrote their own kind of engine for, I think they're using it maybe for speech recognition when you talk, because it's very, very accurate as well. And then they're using it for the voice generation, but not like a large language model style like ChatGPT. So you can't just ask it anything with Beyond ATC. But that's why Say Intentions is so expensive relative to like Beyond ATC is, because yeah, it's using all of that in real time. But yeah, they're, as I always say, they're both awesome, and I feel like $30 for Beyond ATC, like just grab it. Everybody should have it. It's awesome. And anybody that can afford Say Intentions, I think it's worth trying out. It's a lot of fun, especially with the multiplayer stuff. It's awesome. I love them both. AI is crazy nowadays. Anything you could do with it, yeah, it's awesome. Say Intentions learns about us. They do have it learn about your flights. So like if you fly to the same airport over and over again, especially a smaller airport, the controllers in Beyond ATC will actually recognize you and say like, hey, welcome back. I think they'll even say your name. Like that's from your account settings, like if you have your name in there. I'm pretty sure it'll say your name. So it'll be like, hey Steve, well, good to see you again. Are you flying to Vegas again today? Like it does stuff like that a little bit, which is pretty cool. Oh, thanks, Chris. All those dots. It's giving me anxiety. Fernando says, I almost broke apart. Yaw VR chair with this weather in my Cessna trying to follow you guys. Oh, you have like a full-on like haptic feedback chair? That's in Say Intentions? Yeah. Yeah, the tour guide's in Say Intentions. I'm not really on a frequency right now, so we're not hearing any multiplayer stuff, but yeah, I use Say Intentions all the time. Getting some Morse code from Steve. Everything okay, Steve? All right, which runways do we have here again? 2, 4, and 6. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can do about a 3,000 foot gravel and turf runway, 3, 5, and 1, 7. What are our winds looking like right now? 2, 7, so 2, 4 will be pretty good. 2, 4, 2 heading. I'm just going to do another touch and go, actually. Do another touch and go. If you guys are already on the ground, get ready to take off again. We're almost at the 3-hour mark, so we got 2 more landings. We're going to go from Gunnison to Montrose, or Montrose, and then to Telluride. What add-on for the runway? For the weather here, this is part of Flow. And for looking up the runway, I'm just tabbing over to Navigraph. So I'm just looking up the actual airport chart on Navigraph. I'm just running the separate app right now for Navigraph. on Windows. But I have my tablet open as well on Navigraph to the side with the world map up, so I can kind of look to see if we're... Just for situational awareness. It's pretty much just showing me what this is showing me. But it has names of rivers and, you know, points of interest here and there and peaks. Alright, gear, flaps 1.
Check gear.
Cow flaps. Alright, runway 24, little touch and go action.
500.
Time has flown by, I know. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Gaming in general, I mean, it's just anything in life, right? Anything you're enjoying, dude, the time just flies. I've been playing a lot of Destiny because I've been a Destiny player for a couple years now, almost 2 years now. Got really into it. It has been a lot of fun. In addition to practicing for the show next week, I've been playing Destiny with some friends who are getting into it, and it's just such a good time. I love simming, and I also love a good shooter, so like, not like Call of Duty or Valorant, stuff like that, but Destiny is such a good game. If you guys are itching for, well, God, it's so hard to get into Destiny. It's like trying to get into World of Warcraft, you know, it's been out for 25 years, and figure out what's going on. It's so complicated, but if you can get past the initial hump, that initial learning curve, Destiny is such a satisfying game to play. The story, the music, all the artwork, and just the environments they build are so cool, and it's so challenging and just fun to play with friends. I'm a huge fan. Bungie does a great job. All right, we are not doing ground idle this time. I'll see how this landing goes. Mostly a headwind this time, which is nice. I'm just going to do a touch and go. And then as soon as we land, we're just going to keep going the same direction to the west. We're going to go to Montrose. KMTJ, Mike Tango Juliet, MTJ. Steve says 3 flights and beyond ATC in the A320 in 2 days. Dude, beyond ATC is great. I'm having such a good time with all the ATC that we have now. All right, got a nice 5 to 10
It looks
knot
like you're trying to learn about
crosswind.
aviation. Did you know that the takeoff speed for this airplane is 300 knots?
300 knots.
That's faster than a cheetah.
I think that's probably accurate. I mean, this plane would definitely take off at 300 knots. He's not wrong. $185, not the best. All right, 2 more stops to go. We're going to go west to Montrose. I'll update the top right corner in a second. KMTJ, that's our next airport. And then we'll end up at Telluride. We're in the home stretch. It's so bumpy. TJ. Tacos time? Yes. ZDP says was... Oh, you were an OG in Destiny 1 Vault of Glass to the first year of Destiny 2. Been away since Season of the Witch. Yeah, season... Did I play Season of the Witch? I think I mostly skipped over it, but they did a good job with the into the light kind of free season they did. And the final shape is, from what I've seen, pretty much being regarded as the best expansion in Destiny of all time. It is incredible. I would highly recommend getting the final shape and playing it. The expansion is incredible. The new season is pretty good. There's, yeah, a lot has happened. I don't want to give you any spoilers, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with the autopilot. It's set to vertical speed 500 feet per minute, and it keeps pitching the nose down. What is going on with the autopilot in this thing? Vertical speed 1,000 feet per minute. Okay, I don't think we need... Whoa, that's 2,000 feet per minute. This thing is going nuts. Is it using the working title autopilot? I'm not sure. All right, a little bit better. It's probably just like the gusts are messing with it big time. I got it set at 800 feet per minute now. We're at 100 knots. VY in this is around 80. I don't know if the wind's messing with it or what. It's yeah, it's very unhappy flying in Colorado. All right, let's look up the next airport here. Montrose Regional, 5,800 feet in elevation. Is this our first multi-runway airport, not counting the gravel from the last one? Maybe. Get the rudder trim in. I like that we can use things that aren't actually in the plane. Like, I don't see a rudder trim anywhere. It's not on the stick. Nowhere in here. We just have pitch trim control. All right, I need to give the left tank some more fuel, so I'm switching it over. Probably a bad idea in a climb, but you know, whatever. It's on. Turn the pitot heat on, I guess, even though it's 13 degrees Celsius. All right, 37 miles to Montrose, and then we're gonna go south to Telluride. That'll be our final stop today. Because I didn't set an altitude. It should still work without a targeted altitude with vertical speed mode. Yeah, it does say ALTS, which is weird, even though I don't have a selected altitude in there. It's still climbing. I think the winds might just be messing with it. I don't know. Oh, did I close the cow flaps? Not yet. We're still kind of climbing. All the temperatures are okay though. Man, this is such a great area to fly around in. There's just so many rivers and valleys and peaks, and Colorado is awesome. Two more landings, yeah. We're gonna land. We'll just do another touch and go at Montrose, because yeah, we're passing the 3-hour stream mark right now. So or in a couple minutes. So I like to try to keep it around 3 hours at the most. Just a lot of time to spend on your Saturday. So I want to complete the flight plan, you know. I'm enjoying this plane though. I think the autopilot issues are it's probably just because how crazy the winds are here. But overall, like, I'm enjoying this plane a lot. The window is massive. Yeah, this window on the left is great. Like, we have this annoying thing, of course, but it is nice. It is nice not having the, like in the DA42 and the 62, there's the huge engines to the left and right take up a lot of the visibility out of the side, so it is pretty nice. Good visibility in this. Yeah, Sol. Yeah, the higher you are, the less fuel is required in your fuel-air mixture to maintain your engine performance, yeah. Luckily in the Diamond, it's this is all FADEC fuel injected, so it's handling just like when you fly a turboprop, like it's going to handle the fuel-air mixture for you. It's automatically going to inject exactly how much fuel it needs at any moment to keep the engine running. But yeah, if you're flying a piston and you have your mixture set you have to do it manually. But the Diamond also has a FADEC, so even though this is a constant speed prop, it's the electronics in the Diamonds automatically handle our engine or our prop RPMs for us. So we just end up with a single throttle lever, which is pretty awesome. Lots of technology in the Diamonds. I think maybe like the DV20 or something like that does have its own mixture control, but like the DA40 has like a borderline FADEC. I think there's like a reason why it's not considered a full FADEC system, but it does have like an automated engine and prop control like logic in there. The supercomputers, but I don't think it's at the level of like an airliner. Yeah, Diamonds are pretty awesome. All right, how's our fuel transfer going? Putting more fuel in our left tank. Left is a little higher than right now. Oh, it does show rudder. So it shows rudder trim right here. I'll reset it to center. I'll turn off the fuel transfer. I don't know. I don't see the physical rudder trim control anywhere, though. Like, it's not here. This is just nose trim up and down. This diagram just shows TWS, push to talk, AP, and AP trim. Where is the... Maybe I'm just missing it. Where is the rudder trim control? Because it's showing rudder trim here on the MFD, which is nice. Nice to have that. Yeah, but yeah, I don't see the actual rudder trim control anywhere. I gotta expect it to see it down here somewhere or on the stick here. Yeah, I don't know that it actually has one. But we can use it if we have the... Yeah, on the DA62, it's like right around here. I think it's like underneath the trim wheel. This part kind of goes down, and then it's like, it's down in this area. But yeah, this plane I don't see one. But we can use it through our shortcut. So like on my hats, one of my thumb hats, I have up and down for my pitch trim, and I have left and right for my rudder trim. So I can actually dial that in here if I want to use it. I've been using it a little bit, so I can use it and center our slip skid indicator right here. And then if I push my hat in like a button, it'll reset my rudder trim. Am I into plane spotting? I've watched it from time to time. Like I don't like religiously tune into any of those like streams or anything, but when I do, I really enjoy it. It's been a while since I've tuned into one, but I do love those streams. It's probably because I'm playing Destiny or something instead. I'm just always gaming. Like I'm usually just playing some sort of game. Poor seats look so abused, but at the same time so comfy. Yeah, I love the 3-seat in the back too. Like this plane compared to the DA40, this is got 5 passenger seats, or rated for 5 passengers, whereas the DA40 is only rated for 4. But we got a more powerful engine, so. What's up, Jay? Jerry for the win. Actual plane spotting? Oh, like going to the airport myself? No. Yeah, I don't really do that. If I end up at the In-N-Out near LAX, that's about as much as I get to plane spotting in real life. But yeah, I'm a hermit, so my plane spotting happens on the internet, you know, on the YouTubes. All right, how many miles away? 19 miles until Montrose, and then after that we'll do another touch and go at Montrose, and then we'll go straight to Telluride after that. Well, that'll be our final stop at Telluride. Classic. We might want to load an approach for Telluride just to be safe, since it's super mountainous around there, so we want to make sure that we get around, going in the right direction. All right, so here at Montrose, we got a 10,000 foot runway north-south, and then this other runway here, which is more towards the terminals and stuff, or the hangars and the FBO. 3-1 and 1-3. Winds are 260 right now, roughly. So I think 3-1 is probably pretty good. 307 on the heading. All right, I'm gonna put this at 307 for a reference. All right, let's turn off the autopilot. All right, 16 miles out, and airport elevation is 57, almost 5,800 feet. Chris says I've done some plane spotting in real life. Some security calls. I was young and with a camera. What harm could I cause? You might see something you're not supposed to see with that camera. Steve says my house is in direct in line with 24. What's CYQB? Which airport is that? Easy train spotting and easy to be waking up in the middle of the night by planes. I lived close enough to train tracks at one point in my life where I could hear them like multiple times a day. I got used to it, actually. It's not too bad. Train is a car without a steering wheel. You were at Victorville and the hidden planes. They were clearly hiding something. Wait, what hidden planes? Oh, Quebec. CYQB's Quebec. All right, cowl flaps are still closed for now. This plane goes so fast in the descent. I'm going 2,000 feet per minute right now, but it does not feel like I'm dropping that fast. All right, I'm gonna try runway 31. It's still a 7,000 foot runway. Is it 7,000 feet? Yeah, 7,500 feet, and then there's a 10,000 foot runway. Quebec, Quebec? Like New York, New York? Flight plan for next Saturday? Oh, I made this one up literally 30 minutes before we took off. Usually I will find something from the World Tours website, but nothing really jumped out to me this time, so I kind of wanted to fly in Colorado. So I just picked a bunch of airports and strung them together. This was a very half-assed flight plan for sure, but Colorado is so nice visually that it's just, you know, you can't really go wrong.
An airplane. Did you know that the wings of this aircraft are made from a special type of cheese?
What?
This helps with aerodynamics and makes the plane lighter.
Clippy is getting even more insane. I planned, yeah, minutes before. Yep. It's not easy to pick something where like we haven't been before. Like we've hit up so many of the most major places, like everybody flies, right? So over time, it's just like I'm trying. Like this is not an example of that, but I do want to find more like remote places and just middle of nowhere places to get lost in the world instead, because we've all done like the, you know, let's fly near the Alps. Let's fly, you know, let's fly along the coast in this super popular country. Like, you know, South America underrated. Yeah. I did get the South America mesh that came out, I think a couple months ago, and we flew around in South America. We went through like 3 or 4 different countries, and like Honduras, and was it Honduras and or a bunch of other countries we went through. What time do I start on Saturday? At noon. Noon California time. Orbex mesh. Oh, and tiny airports. Oh, you know, I noticed that there's a new city pack, modern city pack that covered Canada. I forget if I picked it up or not. But there were a few, I think it's Samsung 3D maybe that makes them, and I picked up the other 3, and it's basically like a pack of 3 to 4 scenery for 3 to 4 cities instead of buying them one at a time. And they have volumes 1, 2, and 3 were for the US, and volume they made a volume 4 that's in Canada. So I think it's like Quebec and Edmonton and is it Ontario maybe? I forget exactly. I'm not the best at Canada geography, but it was three cities, and I think it was Edmonton, Quebec. I don't think it was Montreal, but they're pretty good quality, and I love that they bundle 3 cities together. Always feels bad like buying an add-on just for a single city. And the US ones, the 3 that they did each cover 4 cities, so it's kind of nice. Maybe they'll bundle them all together in a mega pack for sale or something. All right, another touch and go here, and then we're gonna turn around and head directly south to Telluride. That'll be our final stop. All right, 3 greens, gears down, cowl flaps I forgot to open. There we go. Alright, flaps to takeoff position. Trim to takeoff. Clippy, what should I get for lunch? The 3 p.m. lunch.
It looks like you're trying to decide on lunch. I'd recommend the in-flight sushi. It's made fresh at 30,000 feet.
How about a recommendation for something at the airport itself?
It looks like you're trying to find a recommendation at the airport. I suggest checking out the rooftop garden on top of the control tower. It's a great place to relax and watch the planes take off and land.
Rooftop garden. Can you tell us about the Telluride airport?
It looks like you're trying to learn about Telluride Airport.
I love that it says that every time.
Telluride Airport is the only airport in the world where planes take off vertically due to the high altitude.
Okay.
The runway is made of marshmallows to cushion landings. The airport code is TEL.
Okay. Classic Clippy. All right, Telluride, final stop. 32 miles. I guess we'll just do it visually. It'll be fun. What could go wrong? Be smarter to load in an approach, but I think it'd be more fun to just fly it by hand. Clippy really likes 3,000 feet. Yeah, Chihuahuas have a 500 nautical mile range, he said. You've flown the whole flight by hand? Yeah. I turn on autopilot briefly. I have it on right now, but I've mostly flown it by hand. Turn it on a couple times, like toward the second half of the day. I have it on right now, though. What can go wrong? Yeah, circle the land at Telluride, exactly. Yeah, we could load in the approach. That would be the smart thing to do. At least have a little guidance on the map. Looks like wind dom is probably the right initial approach fix. Oh yeah, speaking of gas, how's our fuel? Fuel's pretty good actually. Good balance. Update the altimeter. 2996. Love how the ICAO, yeah, KTEX is so weird, yeah. Yeah, Clippy says the ICAO code is Tell. That would be a very obvious guess, but yeah, KTEX is so weird. KTEX, Telluride. Just makes sense. Yeah, we want to do the approach. Let's see, runway 27 is preferred. I'm not sure if they land on 27, right? They might only, because there's mountains to the right here, right? It's like all around. I think 9 is the normal way in. So we check the approaches. Yeah, yeah, they're all the approaches are for runway 9. This is LP. Wait, how did I have an LPV approach here? It says runway 09. What, M? I've never seen M09 LPV wind dom. And that's not listed here. We only have LP, localizer performance minima. So I'm not sure what that's about. Minimum safe altitude is 15,500. So we should probably climb. All right, autopilot, flight level change. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Usually, yeah. Yeah, I had a couple days I took off. Partially because Destiny was released on a Tuesday and I was very excited to play that. So I didn't stream on a Tuesday because of that. But yeah, generally I'm on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Sometimes other days if I'm super motivated to stream again, just stoked to fly, then sometimes random days I'll pop on between those days. All right, let's get some more rudder trim in here. And I guess I'll switch to heading mode and maybe fly onto the course. I don't know where I'm going right now. Flying totally away from you guys. Yeah, after a couple hours flying with the way I have my stick positioned, it's not very comfortable ergonomically. Like I have a Virpil stick with the mount. But it's basically 40. I basically have to turn my arm out 45 degrees or more to the left because it's kind of to the side, to my side, because I'm sitting close to my desk. It's a little weird. Puppy is getting violent here. It's funny, she'll see birds outside and just want to hunt them all the time. She's a little predator. She can't be trusted. All right, I'm not going to fly the whole approach. I'm just going to fly towards the airport. Just going to point it right towards the arrow. Directly. Go get him, pup. It's funny. She's like a little 7-pound chihuahua. She's very cute. She acts like she's a big predator. She probably wouldn't know what to do with a bird. I don't know. I don't know. Have to walk the puppy. Oh, she gets walked. She's got so much energy. She's still learning to not bark. I was just handed a big cookie by the mountain. She just brought a cookie in. She's really enabling me to eat bad things. I'm going to enjoy this cookie. It's fine. I worked out yesterday. I worked out 2 days before that. I don't feel bad about it. One day the puppy will make dinner for you. Oh, that would be awesome. Josh says hi. I don't know if she heard me. I relayed the message. She's in the other room. Alright, maybe I don't need to go this high. We're still climbing though. I haven't really given this thing a test to see how well it climbs up higher. We got up to like 14,000 maybe earlier. The bird could cook there. The puppy could cook the bird medium rare. Yeah, medium rare is the way to go, right? That's what chefs prefer in general. Oh, sorry, I'm not direct to the airport. I'm direct to the first waypoint. I'm just going to turn south and follow you guys. I'm doing a great job with navigation right now. No, give me Telluride. Oh, someone should make dam sceneries for Colorado. That would be pretty cool. I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Flight Sim 2024. Like the detail they showed in that last trailer, you know, along the water and stuff, like the trees, the grass, the rocks, and like driftwood or whatever washing up, or like there was just like a log washed up on the shoreline. Seems like too good to be true that we'll get that level of detail in most places in the world, but it is interesting, like thinking about what things may become obsolete, like certain meshes and sceneries, add-ons like Rex AccuSeason, because they're going to be doing seasons, right? So maybe we'll have different trees. And yeah, maybe, who knows, maybe the technology is going to be evolved with all their like photogrammetry stuff and their how they interpret all the Bing map data they have and accuracy on that stuff. Maybe we'll end up getting better bridges and roads and dams and points of interest. Like, yeah, it's exciting. Looking forward to November. Seems like forever away, but I mean, it was just January, like last week, I think, so. That's how you like your kangaroo?
It looks like you're trying to learn about aviation.
Ah.
Did you know that the wingspan of our aircraft is exactly 100 feet? That's because it makes it easier to remember.
Yes, they made they based the wingspan on, it's actually like 44 feet, I think. they just want to pick nice round numbers. Well, let's just make it 100. All right, Scary Mountains up ahead. I think we want to fly around this way, right? And then make a left-hand turn. Runway 9 is, let's see, 096 on the heading for runway 9 right there. Could just put the visual approach in too. It's an easy way to do it. The visual for 09. And minimum safe altitude for the actual approach was, what's it like 50? I put it in, I guess, on the setting. 15.5. We're almost up there. Now, what's the airport? Oops, not G-force experience. Airport elevation is 9,070, so like 9,100 feet. Yeah, I think we're way higher than we need to be. I'm gonna make my way over here where Luke and Underdog are going.
Check gear.
Oh, ZDP, you landed already? Nice. First time flying with any multiplayer group. Nice. Well, welcome, man. Glad it worked out. You just randomly found the YouTube channel. Nice. Thanks, YouTube. Yeah, we usually do them every Saturday. And even during the Tuesday and Thursday streams, people usually fly along wherever I happen to be flying. Usually on Tuesday, I'll do more like IFR stuff and use ATC and all that. Mostly been using Say Intentions. Sometimes beyond ATC. But I usually load it up with like random payload and passenger accounts and fill it up and use SimBrief and do the flight planning through that and use ATC end to end and fly somewhere. A lot of the time I'm usually just like hunting bad weather. Flying through bad weather and then on Thursdays I usually try to buy something new and try it out. So that's why this Thursday I grabbed the DA50 and so I've been flying in this today because of enjoying it on Thursday. Just passed through a ridge at 13,000 feet. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. The elevation here takes some getting used to. Yeah, these approaches, it's interesting that somehow in the sim it's showing an LPV approach, but Navigraph is not showing a chart for an LPV approach. And generally, like Telluride, Telluride, maybe it has them now and they're just not Navigraph, but they're in the flight sim database through Navigraph, but maybe there's no chart. But usually there's no vertical guidance into Telluride. You just have the best approach they have is a localizer performance approach, an LP approach with RNAV, which is really accurate to line you up kind of like a localizer would with an ILS, but without the vertical part. So it's highly accurate for lining you up with the runway with that approach, but it doesn't give you any vertical guidance. So it's interesting that there's an LPV approach listed, which does give you vertical guidance like an ILS. Oh, cowl flaps are still open. Whoops. I don't know. Maybe there's a new official LPV approach into Telluride, which is kind of cool. How long have I been playing? I started right before Flight Sim 2020 came out with X-Plane over that summer, and then I switched to Flight Sim 2020 when it came out at the end of the year. But yeah, I just know about Telluride just because I had made a video about RNAV approaches a year or two ago, and Telluride was one of the examples I used in that video for LP approach, RNAV localizer performance approach. What's up, Steve? Steve C in Chicago, first group flight. Nice, dude. I will be back, as the governor said a long time ago. Sounds good, man. Yeah, glad you could join. Yeah, it's always fun flying with everybody. It's fun to just be in a bigger group. And yeah, if you guys ever have suggestions, like places you want to fly, I'm always open to those. I usually will find something off. There's a website called the World Tours website, and there's a lot of user-submitted flight plans there. And I usually take one of those because they're usually better than I do myself. But yeah, glad you could join. Excited for Flight Sim. Yeah, 2024. Yeah, November 19th, they announced the date. November 19th it'll release. And they released another trailer showing a lot more career mode type stuff. So yeah, it's pretty interesting how much they're leaning into the career mode things. It looks great. We'll see. Check gear. What the gear is down.
Check gear.
Oh, now it's down. Flying FSX, yeah. ZDP says been saving for a new high-end PC. Hopefully build it in another month or so. Lose all your Xbox DLC. No, just buy. Wait, if you own Microsoft Flight Simulator through the Xbox store, the Microsoft store, I believe you just get it on PC. I don't think you're rebuying anything. Another benefit to buying things in the marketplace is that it will transfer between Xbox and Flight Sim, to my knowledge, on PC. So that's what, if you buy it on Steam and then you try to play on Xbox, then you're gonna have to pay for it again through Microsoft. But if you bought it through the Microsoft store, then I believe you just own it for both platforms. I'm pretty sure. And all your DLC, I think, is cross-platform as well, as long as it's supported on PC. The plane is. I mean, as far as I know, things are not often on Xbox and not on PC. But I'm pretty sure it's all just going to work for you. I bought the software. I bought Flight Sim specifically through the Microsoft store. I don't really have plans to buy an Xbox, but
it looks like you're trying to
if
fly
I ever
an airplane.
did, I'm pretty sure I just get
Did you know
everything.
that the wings of this aircraft are made from recycled soda cans?
Oh, I'm a little low.
500.
Oh, this does not feel like a 2-knot crosswind. Ugh. This downhill slope is so weird. Where's the airport? Ouch. Oh, is it way up here on the left? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. That was a hard landing. Not good. Yeah, ZDP, I'm pretty sure that if you buy something from the marketplace, that I'm pretty sure you're going to get it on PC. I don't even know that you have to rebuy the software. I think it just works because you bought it through Microsoft and it's for both PC and Xbox. I would be surprised if you had to repurchase anything. And that landing is kind of terrifying. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Definitely a very long landing. How long is the runway here? 7,000 feet, so. But it seems really difficult with the way that the terrain comes up at the end to actually land on the 1,000-foot markers right there. Just because of this, like, it's kind of weird. And then you have to come down right to here. It's pretty tricky. And Overtie's going to do it perfectly, look. Oh my god, that was beautiful. That's the way to do it. Yeah, ski jump, yeah. That was much better than I did. 1.3 Gs. Yeah, I've been landing at like over 200 feet per minute today. Not great. Monica says, great flight. First full flight with you. Lots of fun. K-Tex is my favorite airport. Nice. Oh, I'm glad we got to fly into your favorite airport for your first one. Thanks for joining, Monica. All right, Jack's coming in the Sky Van. I wonder if he's got the lipstick livery on. Skyvan livery. Yeah, they're pretty funny. The skydiving variant as well. Oh, did I miss Merc landing? I'll be back. I'll be back. Sounds good. Hope to see you on the next one, Monica. Yeah, we landed some really pretty places. That's the great thing about Colorado is just, yeah, everything looks so good here. All the airports are interesting. The terrain is beautiful. All the landings are potentially sketchy because they're all like high altitudes nestled between mountains. Super fun. It's like the opposite of where you would want to fly in real life, probably. Here comes Codifier. Codifier? DA62. It's hot pink right now, but we'll see what color it is soon. The classic blue. Very nice. Nice and smooth. A little bit in the fast lane. That's what I was doing too, I think. Yeah, I'm not proud of my landing at all. It was very long, and I felt like I was like forcing it down to the ground, like pitching the nose down, trying to get down. Steve in the Grand Caravan. Almost dead center line. Rexius Vision Jet. Got quite... I forget if it was a headwind. One landing. He's going for multiple landings. 2 landings. Padding the logbook. 3 landings. 3 landings in a row. I don't know why it says Vision Jet, but it's not showing the Vision Jet. I mean, I have the Vision Jet installed. I'm not sure what's going on there. Microsoft Flight Sim 2020 things. Here comes Loki. Was that the Bonanza? Maybe the black square version. Very nice center line. Everybody's just better than me at landing. It's all right, here comes the Skyvan. All right, Jack, which livery do we have? Might be the gray military livery. The Skyvan was a lot of fun. I had a good time flying that thing. I, for some reason, kind of liked it better than the Shorts 330 and 330 and 360. The interior is awesome. All right, Jack, let's see it. The blurry runway texture is great. Dude, that was too soft of a landing. Hacks. He's cheating. Beautiful, smooth landing. Dude, Simpile, are you crazy? Oh, my face reveal didn't quite work because of the long message. It's microscopic.
Awesome stream. Loved the aircraft selection and the mountains throughout the stream. Mountain-surrounded lakes and carved valleys were phenomenal. Appreciate the general aviation experience with discovering new locations. See you on the next stream.
Dude, thanks so much, dude. Massive $50 super chat. That's crazy, man. Thank you so much. I will put that to good use in future marketplace streams. Really appreciate that. You're funding the next marketplace stream right there easily. Yeah, glad you had fun. This was just kind of an impromptu route too. I usually pick something from that World Tours website that's a bit more involved and better planned than what I usually do. But yeah, Colorado is a very safe choice. Oh yeah, Monica, that's right. Yeah, if he had a livery that I don't have, then it messes up what plane it shows. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, that could happen. I wonder if they're gonna fix that in Flight Sim 2024. Thanks again, Simpila. That's super generous. Really appreciate it, dude. And Tyler, the 10 gifted memberships before. Appreciate you as well. And Base, the $5.99 or the $4.99 super chat with the raccoon facts. We always learn about raccoons. Thanks to Base Raccoon. I will put the money to good use on a future marketplace stream where I buy something and try it out, so you guys don't have to. We can see if it's good. That's what we did on Thursday with the DA50. I think this thing is awesome, actually. Like flying it for the second day, like I'm pretty happy with this plane. It's a nice little upgrade from the DA40. I mean, you can open all the doors. We just need the developer to add the ability to see our dog in the seat with us, and then it'll be perfect. All right, now's the time to take pictures, get some good screenshots. I mean, this is a great place to get screenshots in general. Taking my next YouTube thumbnail screenshots here, don't mind me. Thank you for posing, everyone. Appreciate your participation. It's not difficult to take a good screenshot in Telluride. Simpilot says, wholesome community here. Appreciate each person. Bleh. I am great at speaking. Appreciate each person watching the stream. Definitely will support more. Dude, really appreciate it. I'm glad you had a good time. We have really good turnouts. There's a lot of people that are joining usually on the Saturday stream, so it's always a fun time. Oh, Relentless is coming in. PC12. Yeah, that was we covered a lot of miles today. What was the total mileage? It was over 200. Let me see here. Where's the total mileage? I'm looking at little nav map to try to figure it out. Why don't I see it? Yeah, I thought it would total it up somewhere. I don't know. Probably like 200-ish. Something like that. We got a lot of airports in. You know, the PC-12 is floating. We got the scenery thing again. All right, guys. And gals. Good game. Oh, why can't you open the doors in the DA62? I'm not sure that they might not be functional in the DA62. I mean, there's a lot of the original Asobo planes that you can't open any of the doors in. It's usually like a third-party thing. So yeah, if you can't even point at the handle to open it, then it just might not be openable. Might not be actually functional. Especially like the OG planes that got released with Flight Sim 2020. They didn't quite have all those features that some of the newer ones do, and especially third-party planes have. All right, everyone. Thanks again for joining. I will see you guys at the latest on Tuesday. We'll see about my schedule this week. I am busy that Friday and like Saturday, so we'll see. Hopefully next Saturday I'll be around. If not, maybe I can make it up on a Sunday, but I'll keep you guys up to date in the Discord as usual. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining. Simpilot, Tyler, and Base, thanks again for the support. Appreciate all that. And if the bot is alive, it'll put a link to the Discord. If not, it's in the video description if you guys want to hang out in there between the streams. Would love to have you join. And yeah, if it was your first time, welcome. Thanks for flying along. And those of you guys who are here every week, good to see y'all again. Have a good rest of your weekend, good rest of your Saturday. And I'll see you guys in the next stream. Peace out. See ya. See ya. Come on, targeting system. Find somebody. Find somebody who's flying. What is it targeting right now? Oh. Oh, there. Nope. Nope. What is it doing? I hope they make this better. T, T, shift T, rotate. Different kind of rotate. I'm trying to get it on over tie. Come on. What is it targeting? It's just not gonna let me. Kill it already. Oh, there we go. That's a good ending shot right there. All right, guys, have a good one.